that intro for the podcast together here. Let's take a listen.
David
Collins.
David Collins.
David Collins.
David Collins.
David Collins.
You're listening to
30-minute half hour
I hope you guys have checked out David Collins' 30-minute half hour podcast.
featuring great guests like Andy Fiore, Katie Burke, and Cardiff Electric.
Never heard of these guys.
Hey, Joey, relax.
He's either hilarious or hates me.
Oh, well, I appreciate you, by the way, man. Thank you for watching it with you and your mother. I hope I was able to make you guys laugh a little bit in a hospital setting. I know that
Certainly, and it's not
sometimes.
often that she gets to smile anymore, so it's great that she had that opportunity with your special.
Means a lot, dude, so thank you.
Oh, this is the best podcast I've ever been on. This was the most fun.
Wow, what a compliment.
Yo, thanks for keeping this guy going and kicking ass and taking names. I don't know if I can swear on this, so I'm sorry if I messed that up, but dude,
We try to keep it a family show, but as you could see by that opening segment, we're getting a little edgier than we're used to, but our audience seems to be enjoying it.
This was tremendous. Thank you for having me, I guess.
I just want to say this is probably the best day of my life, Dave. I had a really great time.
This was a
That's
great time.
We'll have to have you back in the future. You've done such a good job in those games. Do you know Austin Ingalls?
I love Austin.
He did a great job on these games, and we're looking to have him back.
Well, I just want to say thank you for inviting me on. It was really great to be a part of the show. I hope you get Jerry back. I hope that they find him, and I wish you and your viewers the best.
Hi there. I'm calling to leave a voicemail for David Collins.
First-time caller, long-time listener.
Hi, David. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Good morning. This voicemail is for David Collins. First-time caller, long-time listener.
Big up, David.
Hey, Dave. First-time caller. Hey, David. This is Dan McCullough calling in.
Hey, David. Real glad to hear you on the air again.
Hi, David. This is Deborah, a longtime listener of your show.
David Collins, longtime caller, first-time listener. I love the show.
That's perfect. Everybody listening? Everybody listening? Perfect. Everybody listening? Perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? And that's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? What a great episode. That's perfect. Everybody listening? I've been David Collins, and you've been David Collins, and you've been David Collins, and you've been the best.
You're listening to David Collins' 30-minute half-hour podcast.
That is great radio.
Starring David Collins.
I've been known as a bit of a hot interviewer, and I need to confront you on something here.
You've seen him on KMKF or 30-minute half-hour show. But now, with his very own podcast featuring the best comedians and broadcasters from all over this great country of ours.
I don't think a lot of people know this about me, but I'm also a large fan of comedy.
She has put on a little weight, but I dig that.
Now here's your host, David Collins.
Good morning, everybody. Everybody was hearing you, Troy. What are you saying over there? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Drive Time, David Collins.
Dreaming about Bebe Rexha.
This is what Troy woke up singing this morning.
It was a nice morning.
He woke up this morning, he said, I've been listening to Dream on loop in the shower this morning. All I have to do is dream by the Everly Brothers.
Great tune, great tune.
All right, that's enough of that.
Makes
I don't
me
know.
happy.
I don't think you can play too much of that. I don't know what they're supposed to do if they stop the stream or what exactly the consequence is. They say, oh, you can't play this in Russia and Belarus anymore. And that's what they always email me. They say, oh, your content's restricted in Russia because you played something copyrighted. I thought America was where there was copyrighted. What does Russia have to do with this?
Sounds like a...
What do they got against David Collins?
Oh, well, I'm fighting the system. I understand their part to play. But good morning, everybody. Happy, what is it, February 19th?
Oh, shit.
Drive Time David Collins. It's going to be a great day there. The Discord's open. If anyone wants to give us a call in here, well, it's open. I'm not in there yet, but I'll jump in there here midway through the show. We have a great show planned where we have Troy Rigdon back in the studio, which everybody's really looking forward to. You have a lot of fans out there, Troy.
From the bottom of my heart, I love you all.
You did that joke last time.
Jokes never die, baby.
That's good. For the audio listeners, he did a Nazi salute.
Oh, no, it was a Roman salute.
Right. Well, that's the bit.
Nice.
It's perfect timing. Oh, this is the wrong music, too, because I wanted to talk a little about... We're going to be recording an episode of David Collins' 30-minute-and-a-half-hour show this Wednesday, later in the afternoon. We have a guest on the show, and I think we'll reveal it since we're going to be getting this episode knocked out. The guest is Kelly Brink.
From the movie Brink on Disney.
Is that the same thing?
I hope so.
Kelly Brink?
She better... Dude, I think Kelly's the guy's name, isn't it?
Is it?
I'll look that up. Jamie, can you look that up?
Brink original Disney channel.
Pull it up, J-Mo. Give it a goog.
So we have Kelly Brink on the show. She's going to be a great guest. She's the former manager and booker for Doug Townsend. Of course, we are on Doug Townsend watch here. Drive Time David Collins.
Yeah, before he went fucking AWOL.
Before he went rogue.
Where is Rogue?
So what does Kelly do now? She's a true crime podcaster, of course. She does a true crime podcast. I think she does some other thing. This is not Kelly Brink, by the way. But Kelly Brink has gotten into some musical comedy recently. We're going to segue into that, but I wanted to talk a little about musical comedy here. This is a musical comedian from Iowa City. Her name is Dolores Sparkles.
Dolores.
What do you think about musical comedy? I used to ask this all the time on David Collins' 30-minute-hour show. I'd ask the guest, I said, I'm a big fan of musical comedy. Did you ever start doing musical comedy? I'd always ask the guests about musical comedy.
I hate it.
Yeah, I'm always wondering when they're getting off.
Really?
Fuck, 5 minutes of this.
Well, let's see if we can change your mind here with Dolores Sparkles performing Secret Kegels at Iowa City Yacht Club. Uh-oh.
Is this a training reading to kids?
Yeah, that's a creepy basement. I don't know. Usually they're in a nice library.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what do we think, everybody? Good music in the morning.
I thought this was a family show, David. What the hell are Kegels?
Is that dirty?
What's Kegels?
I don't know, but they're laughing.
You know what Kegels are.
They're laughing.
Don't you play coy, you
Listen
dirty
to this
mustache
audio.
man. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, a woman singing about her vagina. Go figure.
Well, I thought it was a musical
My
comedy.
vagina.
You know, it can be a little silly and things.
Is that fucking... What's that fat chick's name? Talks about her
Well, it
vagina
wasn't
all the
her,
time.
clearly. Amy Schumer.
There it is.
Does she do any musical comedy?
I bet.
I'm a big fan of musical comedy, but even when I've, like, for example, we pulled this clip. We could play a couple seconds of this here. Well, I'm a big fan of musical comedy, and I kind of lost my train of thought there.
Because you're thinking about Amy Vagina's fat vagina?
I'm distracted by the secret Kegels.
I call her Amy Vagina.
But even this, so you'll play something like this, and I enjoy a little Reagan and Watkins. These are the first members. Reagan started, it was the original Kill Tony band, and then he brought Jeremiah Watkins on. And then a lot of people remember the original band as Jeremiah Watkins.
The OG band was great. Joel Jimenez.
Joel Jimenez, and whoever.
Hey, it's D, wasn't it?
That other guy.
D
Madness?
I know.
Oh, that's the new band.
Dude, I haven't watched an episode of Kill Tony in so long. It's really fallen off for me.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't even stand watching it anymore.
I don't like, well, he seems to, he used to be a little more punk rock.
Yeah, punk rock ain't what it used to be. Now everyone thinks punk rock is like... Punk rock was like anti-establishment. Now they are the establishment.
Right.
So it's like, you can't really... The same thing with like rap music. Rap music used to be all against like the man, and now it's so popular that you can't just keep that trajectory. It's like, I don't understand.
That's how politics changes or people's views change and stuff like that. It's like when Rage Against the Machine in the 90s was a very left-leaning band. It was like a very liberal band. It's like fight the power.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do what you tell me. And then all of a sudden, if you started doing Rage Against the Machine stuff during COVID, you're the biggest conservative ever.
Yeah.
It's like, don't tell me to put this mask on. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, it just switches every like 20 years.
It's crazy.
Well, that's the propaganda. That's what they get people to switch instead of opening their eyes.
I think they just switch when they're young and then just stay where they are forever.
Yeah,
I don't know. My opinion still changes every year. My opinion changes dramatically. Can't say every morning I wake up, I feel like a completely different person.
I can see that.
Reagan and Watkins. Oh yeah, this is the only point I was getting to. Even I like this something like this. Even something like this though, the best musical comedy acts you get, it only feels like it's a great warm-up act. I never want to see more of it for a full show. It's a great warm-up.
Man, I miss love songs.
You remember this, Troy?
Tell me about it. That got me thinking.
This is a classic.
What would a love song about the 21st century girl even sound like?
Singing about women is so
She's
gay.
got duck lips and cell phones for hands. She's a 21st century girl, and I'm her man.
There is something to say about most musical comedies that kind of sound contrived.
I mean, look at their fucking panel there. They got Jeff Foxworthy and that stupid chick married to John Legend.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah, she was that Chrissy Teigen, I think.
Yeah, Chrissy Teigen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was a show that's some sort of comedy show. Some sort of comedy judge show.
That chick on the left definitely knows what comedy is. Look at her. Her tits are hanging out so hard you can almost see her nipples. She knows comedy.
Was this before or after she made that plane turnaround?
I don't know. We don't have this was 2019, so you have to do your own research from home there. But anyway, our guest this week, Kelly Brink, has been breaking into the world of musical comedy herself, so I want to give a little intro to everybody, think get the musical comedy on the mind, and then we can talk about this week's guest, Kelly Brink. What do you think? We just play this all the way through straight, no breaks, Troy?
I'd rather play her OnlyFans all the way through, no break.
Well, maybe we'll talk about that on the show with her later.
I can't wait.
Let's get to the chorus, though. That's when things really kick in.
This is the most... Hope she's not watching.
Good morning, Kelly. Uh-oh.
Now I got a maggot boyfriend. He listens when I talk, doesn't make a sound.
Typical. A woman loves it when he doesn't talk, doesn't make a sound.
Oh, well, it's her maggot boyfriend.
That's a great pose right there. Good way to pause it right there.
It's the smash hit of the summer.
She's got a booger on her finger.
That is kind of crazy. You know, I do some comedy sketches sometimes. I would never bring a maggot on set.
Never mind.
What do you think about this, Troy?
There's just one maggot, or was there many?
Yeah.
Oh, is she polyamorous with her maggots?
No maggots will hurt the filming of this.
I bet maggots are generally, you want a group of them. I think they kind of work as a team.
What do you think a group of maggots is called?
I don't know.
A bundle of sticks
What are you
or something like that?
What are you getting towards?
I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Just trying
like
to
a
get you to
school
say
of
a
fish,
word.
like a school of fish, or like a
like a school of maggots, maybe.
Yeah.
Are you trying to think of a word that ends with F, like that's pride, though, so that you can...
You mean starts with F?
No, ends with F. That way you can segue into maggot, ending with an F in the word before. That's how I would write it. A bit of a comedy writer, everybody.
Bit of a maggot, he says. Wait, do you think...
It's a grumble. It's called a grumble, everybody.
I'll say she dog whistling.
What do you think about this, Troy? Anyway, so this is our guest for...
I could see Troy coming by and just
Stepping on it.
smashing the maggot and sitting down by Kelly right just up.
That's my
Just
boyfriend.
ruining the video.
Troy, you're gonna ride with us over to that interview today. Is that correct?
Yeah, ride or die, baby.
That's exciting. Are you gonna make a move on Kelly Brink? Is she single?
I don't know, dude.
Is that what's on your mind?
I got a lot of questions for her, though.
Really? What kind of questions?
We'll save that for the interview. I don't want to ruin anything.
Well, that's good. We're going to tease it a little bit today. So anyway, we have a new episode of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show we'll be recording today, and also a Pod 4 podcast. Post 4 podcast.
Yeah, Post 4 podcast.
Which is a great show, and I recommend everybody, speaking of Post 4 podcast there, you had a guest last week that I watched this episode.
Oh, you did watch it?
Bit of a wacko.
You think so?
I thought it was nice. You know, I enjoyed the interview. And you're going to get to a part 2. Apparently, this guy's been arrested. He's kind of fighting the man and things.
Oh, how punk rock of him.
But who knew it was going to be a 2 or 3-parter? He started in his childhood. He said, I went to school here. I played soccer in high school. It's like, we really just want to talk about the last few weeks.
Yeah, he's a big extreme sports guy.
He rollerblades, and he calls it extreme sports. He was interesting. He does this funny thing I noticed. I'm listening to this episode, and every time he says, like, yeah, I got this new job. Somebody said, oh, maybe you should come work over here, you know, if you need a new job. And he would say, you know, I found I was really good at it. Or he would say, you know, or somebody asked me if I wanted to kind of work on this. And I said, well, I am the best person in the world to do that. So I guess I said, yes, of course I would work on that. Everything is prefaced by, this guy is the least humble person. No humility.
I know someone a little less humble.
Have some modesty. That's what I say. Took his shirt off during the interview, but check it out. Post 4 Productions. He had all these props too. He was very prepared.
Wait, he took his shirt off.
Did you get there? And he said, "Let me go get all my props and things."
Yeah, they're already.
It's crazy. Anyway,
yeah,
he's an interesting guy.
I still don't know how hemp is made or whatever. I still don't know the difference between hemp and weed. So.
He also talks a lot about weed. He says at one point he's in the interview. You're listening, and he says you know, and if I get my mental health is important, and sometimes people need to be incarcerated, but for just smoking cannabis, it's a little much. As if like people are disagreeing. He's like, controversial opinion here. And it's like, it's not 2004 anymore. I think people kind of agree with you on a lot of this marijuana stuff.
He thinks you got a lot of boomer audience.
He's in the fight.
Yeah.
He's in the trenches. Right, yeah, he's talking to your boomer audience.
I had some old dude. We used to go to Harvest Fest in Madison, Wisconsin every year back when
That's where the story. That's where the story begins. Actually.
Is it really?
Is it Madison? What was it, Madison?
It's Harvest Fest.
Yeah, it was the march down the
Yeah,
Capitol.
you go down, you march down State Street to the Capitol, and you demand the fucking politicians.
See
to
how
legalize
quickly
weed?
he explained that story? There was a 3-minute explanation of just him getting to the event, and then somebody handed him a book, and he says, I set it down, didn't look at it for a year. A year later, I come back to it, and said, well, just skip to the part where you open the book. I don't care about that year.
Dude, this one guy's name was Farmer Dave. He used to sell edibles up there, and it was back when I was like selling weed. He's like, "You guys are in the trenches, man. You're the ones really making it happen." Like,
Hell yeah, dude.
I took acid the one year and walked down State Street, and it fucked me up.
Did it? Why's that?
Cause like, at first it was like super rainy, and like I took too much. Cause like, it was some gnarly shit, and we're listening to this band called Venice Gas House Trolley, and he was like singing right to me. He was like, "Be your own corporation, man."
Fucking an LLC.
Bro, it was nasty. But then there's people walking around with like Obama masks and shit. It's fucked. But as soon as you walk down to the Capitol, like it's this big thing, like you're stopping traffic and shit. And then you get there, and then it's just like over, and it's just like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stoners sitting on a hill smoking weed where it's illegal.
Then it's a riot.
Then there's cops everywhere. People are just like running and freaking out and like,
oh no,
oh my god, it was bad.
Pissed.
I was all tripping balls, and then all of a sudden there's cops everywhere, right?
Right.
I was like, oh. I was
kind
like,
of from their point of view, everybody just starts out getting real high, and all of a sudden the paranoia sets in.
Yeah, it was
fun.
Not ideal. We ended up getting pulled over on the way out of town too, and like we were in Tommy's Jeep. That
He
was
said,
like,
"What are you in
wrapped
town for?"
shut. Yeah, we're all wearing like weed shirts and like lanyards hanging from the windows and shit. He's like, the cops like, "Roll down your window." It's like, I knew if I opened my mouth to say anything, my tongue was gonna fall out of my face. It's just like
smoke's coming out of your mouth.
I thought about trying to run, but I couldn't open the door, so I was like, if I try to crawl out this window, they'll have me tased by the time I hit the ground.
Yeah, dude, they're
right.
They're ready.
Yeah, they ended up saying, "Get out of my town."
Really?
Kick the car.
They said, "Get out, get some food in you, and leave. If I see you again, you're arrested."
So make like a tree and leave.
Yeah, make like a pot and leave.
We got a few things going on in the chat. I didn't know we had a veteran in the chat, a drug war veteran, Manny Muskets. What's up, Manny?
Oh, good morning. Is he a drug war veteran? What does that mean?
He's a veteran of the drug war.
Is he? Is that his own words?
He's a coyote.
I've never heard that before. Well, congratulations,
You're a
Manny.
veteran
Thank
of the
you
drug war too, aren't you?
We try not to talk about
okay,
too
we
much.
don't want to bring up the past.
Sometimes I bring it up. It's a fun story, but we don't need to linger.
And then Merch Mouse.
Good morning,
Welcome
Merch
back,
Mouse.
Troy.
Good morning,
Hey,
Manny
Merch
Muskets.
Mouse, what's
Yeah,
poppin'?
Merch Mouse is a big fan of Troy. I hear him mention. He says, "Where's Troy?" Well, he's back. Everybody.
And Merch Mouse says, "Woof
Troy
woof."
Rigdon.
Woof woof. Bark
Big
bark.
Rig on
Let's
Instagram.
go.
Before we got started here, we were listening to the intro. Troy was saying, he said, I'm getting a lot of followers on the Instagram recently. That's at Ig Rig. Apparently,
Nice.
he's been posting new content. So something to keep an eye out there.
We got another drug war veteran in there, Zach Hoyle. And Manny Musket said he's been in the trenches.
Dude, we're all in the
Been
trenches,
in the
brother.
front, dude.
Stay true.
Zach Hoyle, if you see his stand-up comedy, you'll find out very quickly that his parents were involved, and he has some stories there. Going down to a lot like my upbringing, actually. I think less drugs involved in my upbringing, but I would always visit the Southwest too. We'd go down for a quick vacation. My parents had business over in the Southwest. We talked a lot on the show. A lot it comes up sometimes.
Coyotes.
But that's where I spent most of my summer vacations. We would drive down to the Southwest and then come back to Kansas.
Oh, nice.
Manhattan, Kansas?
Right.
Oh, man. They're not big fans of weed down there, are they?
No, they're not.
Yeah.
But it makes you get a good deal. Anyway.
Any tips for trimming my nose hair with an electric nose trimmer? Anybody?
Oh, I got it. This is
Here we go, Zach. Listen.
I would always pluck my nose hairs, and it's very painful. For 10 years, I was just plucking my nose
You
hairs.
get the little tear right here almost every time it pulls.
Little
Like,
Cherokee tear.
And it's kind of fun. You can
Cherokee
kind of get
tear.
high off of it. You keep doing it. You do it enough, and you say, "Oh, this kind of starts feeling good," because it's like pain. But you get it's annoying, and you don't have to do that every day, of course. Recently, for Christmas, I got around the Christmas time, I should just say, I got one of those electric nose trimmers.
I got one too.
And you click it up, and it goes buzz, and it spins at the top and things, and you
Those
put it
ones
up
are
your
dangerous.
nose. oh, I push it everywhere. I'm really aggressive with it, and it hasn't cut me yet. I try to cut myself with these things, and they can't cut me.
You're worried about hitting the mustache ever? That's what I was always worried about when I use those. It's like, this is...
Oh, no, it's at the top, so it's very safe. But I've been using one of those. Tips, be as aggressive as you can with it. Just get it done. Get it all out. That's what I say.
I disagrey with the be.
I love it. I'm living a new life the last few months.
Aggressive with it?
No, you got to be very sensual with it.
No.
Especially.
But anyway, if you need any tips, maybe look up a YouTube video. I follow a man. Hey, be careful though. There's a problem with the YouTube algorithm. You look up one thing about facial hair, you're going to be getting a lot of facial hair content in the algorithm. It's a big pull. So I don't know. Maybe go to incognito mode if you're doing some research there. Anyway, speaking of disasters,
we got a SJ bank account from the coastline of Maui right now. He's up listening late. It's still Tuesday night there.
Oh, good morning.
Early Wednesday morning, but
that'd be nice.
In case he's wondering about a little drive time action there.
Not exactly driving to work, I imagine. Maybe
driving home from the bar.
Enjoying time on the beach in Maui. They drive in Maui?
I think so.
I think they
What's
take
left of
rickshaws.
Maui?
Well, it's a beautiful Wednesday.
Maui's a pretty sweet place.
Of course, in the
Never
biggest
been.
thing, water cooler talk, what people are going to be talking about when they get to work there around the water cooler. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be talking about these plane crashes.
Yeah, how there's something going on with all the plane crashes, in my opinion.
You have a theory on these plane crashes there that I haven't really heard yet, but it rings true. You never know. There's always these things going on in the background that we never learn about.
I think somebody's hacking somebody or some country is hacking all the air traffic software. There's been like 5 or 6 different plane crashes in the last week or two.
Right.
They all think they're a little higher than they are. They're all crashing and stuff, or crashing on the runway, crashing on the landing. I don't know, something's going up, obviously.
Like weirdly safe crashes. Like they're not crashing into mountains or seas or anything like that. These are all like savable crashes.
Little mistakes.
So they're like trying to ease you into the possibility of like the grid going down or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Did you see that new movie that Mel Gibson directed, Flight Risk?
No.
Dude, it's really good actually. Marky Mark is bald in it, and like it's so.
Oh, it looks good.
It's
yeah.
it's actually really good.
Oh, you saw it already?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And
is it about these plane crashes?
Well, it's about a plane crash. I mean,
wow,
it's like a U.S. Marshal or something like that, but he's like a fake U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, so he's part of the mob, and like they're this chick. It's so funny. It's a chick, the chick officer, and she's like taking the accountant for the. I can't ruin the movie. Go see it. It's really good. But
Flight Risk. Speaking of flight risks, here I don't know. This is some footage out of Canada. This was in Toronto, I believe.
Essentially the same thing. Like the whole radar and GPS gets fucked with and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
And like they say it's one thing, but it's not. And like they almost run into a mountain a few times. And so.
Yeah.
This is pretty viral. This is pretty viral footage. So we're looking at a plane coming down.
There. You paused it perfectly.
It slows.
Weirdly sexual. The lady pushing this chick down the chute puts her thumb right in the chick's butthole. I was like, yo, what a time to cop a feel. Like no one's gonna.
It's probably an accident.
Yeah, right.
They're leaving the plane there.
I accidentally fingered your hole.
Yeah, get out of there.
I've said that to a few chicks. Oh, it was an accident.
How'd that get in there?
So now we're looking at the plane. At the beginning of the video, it's the plane hitting the runway, and it does a bit of a barrel roll there as it skids, and it ends up upside down, and people have to evacuate from the upside down plane there.
I thought it was crazy that it was a Delta
This
airline.
is the Delta flight, right?
Yeah.
Was Philadelphia also Delta?
I don't know.
It was a private,
Philadelphia. Go on.
I think it was a private one.
I see. Well, that's the other one. We have some footage of first we have some news coverage, but we found it off of a channel that has their own theory about the Philadelphia crash here, so we'll get a take from them. They're tracking the amount of 6s in this news report, which I thought was interesting.
Well, it's crazy the Philadelphia one blew up.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to get to...
this one didn't. Like, why does that one blow up in crazy flames?
With the next video we're going to go to is a great dramatization of the Philadelphia flight, and it kind of explains everything.
All right.
Bring us up to speed on what you're learning.
Is that Wendy Williams?
Yeah, Gray, that ground stop.
Oh, we'll get to that, too.
In fact, specifically because of what happened, because of that plane crash. Like you said, we're just learning details about what type of plane. We know that this is a Learjet, that this was a service mission, rather. It is a medical
She
jet,
said
if you
missile
will.
on
So
accident?
what we're hearing now, though, is we're starting to learn that there were more people on board.
There are more people.
I am now hearing from multiple sources that it's up to 6 people
Six
that were
people.
on that plane. It looks like it maybe was only in the air for about 6 minutes.
6
And,
minutes?
when you're
Oh,
in
yeah.
the air, Cotman and the Boulevard is not too far away from where the Northeast Airport is.
Crashed on
The
6th
conditions for
Street.
Flying seem foggy and rainy, even just before 6 p.m. It appears
6
that this
p.m.
flight took off around 6:06 from
6:06.
Northeast Airport. I can tell you that Philadelphia
6:66. It was actually 7:06.
Detectives right now are in the tower to air
the
traffic.
tower. So there's a lot going on in this
Eye of Sauron.
Philadelphia. So, and this person suspects that the Illuminati was sending a coded message to Trump. I hope Trump watches the news, specifically local Philadelphia news.
You think he's just going about his day and like drops his coffee? Like, oh, fuck.
He said,
That's a lot of- is that
did she
six
say
sixes?
606?
Drops his Diet Coke.
How many responders were there?
Mr. President, I need to talk to you.
Flight 606 went down. Oh my god.
Anyway, so the Philadelphia, I mean, it's a disaster. Luckily, only 6 people. She was saying so many people. There were 6 people on board. I thought most flights had more than 6 people. I said, thank goodness it wasn't more.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Look at the bright side, lady.
Oh, there's 6 people in that submarine too, wasn't there?
Oh my God.
I think there was 5. No,
Dude, what was
there
it
was
going
5,
through
wasn't
the
it?
Bermuda Triangle?
6 with the submarine.
3 points. 3 times 2 is 6.
6 times 1 is 6. Fuck.
Holy fuck.
So
shit.
We're uncovering some like.
We wanted to break this down here. We have great footage. This is a video that was going around. It's a dramatization of what happened on that Philadelphia flight and kind of what went wrong. So we're gonna play a little of that. It's passengers and pilots here. So this is talking about that Philadelphia plane crash this week.
Should have played that skit by Shane Gillis on the plane. Is this Rose Autobody?
Time.
Now I'm gonna come wear you out,
the plane
dumbass.
starts to win.
Fuck you.
ADI's coming back.
Oh, I know why they
The
crashed.
plane finally begins to level. The attitude indicators return to normal.
Oh no!
So the pilots are in there
as
trying to
mysteriously as the
solve what's
incident
happening.
began, 3 of the plane's engines regain power.
Engines 1, 2, and 3 are coming back. Engine 4 still negative.
Do they not have air conditioning in that fucking cockpit?
Reignite engine 4. Yes, Captain.
What are they flying to Pearl Harbor?
Once again, the flight engineer tries to reignite the 4th engine, but this time.
Oh no.
Wow, it's crazy what happened in Philadelphia, huh?
Yeah.
Just a little goof this morning,
Building
everybody.
6.
Hope everybody enjoyed
Shit,
that.
Building 6.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, everybody. Those plane crashes, though. We'll hear more about that on David Collins' 30-minute hour show, I think. We'll talk a little about that. Do you have anything else on those plane crashes that you wanted to get into? Because we have an interesting Wendy Williams update, and we're running out of time. We're almost in time for our senior grill instructor.
Well, hot dog legs yourself.
And this is
I don't
something...
know, I hope they figure out the planes because flying to me is very scary sometimes. I don't like it. I don't like just being up in the air, just trapped. And if you just go down,
Right.
Would you grab the oxygen mask if it came out when you're going down?
I'd probably grab
What, and hold on? Like the mask is going to stay in the air, and the plane will go... I'll say, hold on to this.
Could it's like
It'll crash below me.
Parachutes.
Oh,
Open
that's
to
true.
the
Little
towers.
parachutes. Yeah, I'd start collecting the air masks. Say, I'm going to make a parachute quick.
Did you see that guy that
take him from a kid?
Tried to jump off the Empire or jump off the Eiffel Tower? He said he created a flight suit.
Oh, did he?
Oh, I remember that.
He jumped and it just didn't work. He fell straight.
It's a classic. That's the 30s, right? It's caught on like 8mm or something.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. He looked like he was dressed up like the Crow.
He was going to fly.
He's just like, look at me.
In his head, he still is.
Oh, I got to clear these
He
windows here.
He like just broke his leg and his everything. Then they show him like picking the man up out of the fucking hole that he made, like carrying him away. I'm like, what are you doing? It was definitely
He wasn't
before.
dead?
Yeah, he died.
Oh.
So a few weeks ago, we did a bit of a Wendy Williams update. We were talking about how she's still in this conservative ship,
Still
and she
doable.
wasn't looking good. I forgot why we brought her up. It was just Wendy Williams is still alive, but she's still in the conservative ship. I guess we were kind of just bringing that an update. Between now and then, though, we have some news on Wendy Williams. TMZ has been covering this. They believe Wendy Williams is being is mentally okay and should be let out of this conservative ship. We've all heard this story before.
That's the best picture of Wendy Williams
know
I've seen in
she
a
will
long
be
time.
thrilled about.
And that's always, depending on what you want to say about Wendy Williams, they find these dramatically different pictures of her.
She will be able to celebrate with her
Whoopi
father
Goldberg.
for his 94th birthday.
Isn't it
This has
nice?
been-
The world changes. These two are the most consistent people in our lives.
Whoopi and the guy on the left.
Who are they? I've never seen them.
Oh, these two guys, they're the two guys that work at TMZ.
The guy on the left is funny.
They're the last journalists in America.
Whoopi needs to shut up every now and
a
then.
big battle for her. That the thing she said most immediately that she wanted
That looks
to be
photoshopped.
let out of this assisted living.
Yeah, shit, is that real? There's no way that's a real picture. It looks like a clip art.
Facility where what she calls a luxury prison, so she could celebrate with her father and the rest of her family.
So we are doing a documentary
TMZ.
on this, and
Which explain that's what you're seeing there.
My personal opinion is this is one of the biggest outrages I have seen in
Looks like Taylor
anything we've
Swift.
done at TMZ.
Black Taylor
this
Swift.
woman is locked up in this facility in New York, an assisted living facility.
Oh, I thought she was watching the game.
That would be a nightmare. Getting trapped in like an assisted living facility.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it's normal, I swear. It's like
Everyone
fuck
thinks you're
back in there.
crazy.
Yeah, take your pills and shut up. It's like fuck.
Well, that's like that guy you interviewed last week.
Trapped in
And
his own
the
mind.
only way
Yeah.
that I could
Getting
interview
committed by his family members and just being like, they can't report me.
Oh my god! If my family members committed me,
I'd be so pissed.
I'd be so
Dad.
mad.
I'm fine.
was by
It's just a face.
I just smoke a little pot. That guy must have been off the rails. No way. What is he? Has the most conservative parents in the state?
I don't know.
That's the strangest. Anyway, I don't want to watch Post 4 Productions, everybody.
and we had a camera on the street.
Trust
and she
me.
went to the window because she can't come out. And so this was part of the documentary.
She's gonna flash us.
before the judge allowed her this trip, this 2-day trip to Florida. This is how important
Well, the judge allowed her the trip. I don't know what she's complaining about.
it was to Wendy.
Your dad is turning 94 in February, and he's up there in age. And I
His
know
mind still works.
you want to go to Miami to see him and celebrate his birthday because you don't know how many more there are going to be.
Right, exactly.
That must be important for you.
It's extreme.
They booked me a room where wheelchairs can't get to, so he can't even visit me. It's torture.
Extremely important.
Who's her travel agent?
We are her parents
It's
in charge of her
extremely
still.
important to see my dad for his birthday. You know, and that is a family thing. It's
I don't
not
know. That doesn't sound like a mentally well person.
Wanting to see your dad on their birthday?
Well, to say it like that. Let's listen to that again. We got to do our own investigative here.
to see my dad for his birthday.
Birthday?
It's extremely important to see my dad for his birthday. You
Yeah, he's
know,
94.
And
He
that
probably
is
doesn't
a
have any left.
family thing. It's not just a me thing, you know. I would wish that, along with celebrating my dad's 94th birthday, that we as a family, we come together in peace and harmony.
She sounds drunk. That's what I think.
I think her family's probably had enough of her.
You think there's vodka in those water bottles?
Right. She's had an issue with that before, hasn't she? That was actually her issue.
Is
She
that
had
a
a
vape?
drinking problem.
Is that a vape
They
right
say
there?
that now that her...
Is it?
I don't know.
Underneath her right arm.
yeah, she's juicing.
Yeah.
She got a fuse.
Juicing?
Vaping.
Is that what you call vaping?
Right. Juicing.
Get juiced up.
Hey, dude, is that a dog whistle to the Jews?
So apparently Wendy
Somebody
Williams...
looks like you. Can I get a little of that juice over there?
They were saying that she's
Excuse me?
recovered from her alcoholism, and that's what was actually causing the dementia symptoms. So now
Yeah,
that
if
she's
you're blacked out
fully
all the time, you probably forget a
recovered,
bunch of shit.
right? Exactly. So that's what they're supposing now. So, and here's a more recent. She did make it to see her father for his birthday, his 94th.
I'm glad her stylist has stepped up her game because she was looking wild there for a few.
Right? Yeah, she was a little whacked out.
Has TMZ considered simply not saving Wendy?
Well, we talked about this last time. Have they?
Theo ass.
Oh, TMZ's going to save Wendy.
If
They're
not
on the
TMZ,
way.
who?
Exactly. We talked about this before. You know, when she was riddled with dementia, they were still dressing her in these really skimpy outfits. It's like, you know, let her grandma up a little bit at this point.
Wendy Williams really unable to handle any of her affairs?
Well, she's able to handle that scooter, okay?
She was spotted maneuvering her way through the Miami airport, seemingly quite aware of where she was.
I love this. So we're looking at Wendy Williams here in a rascal, and she's like
She's
a
quite a
child on
rascal.
Christmas. She's glaring at the camera here, and it says "free for the day." They're picking her up. What is this? This is a terrible look.
Was and what she was doing.
An ecstatic Wendy Williams arrives in Miami. The former talk
ecstatic.
show
That's just
host
because the
Think
scooter's
there's like a
shorting
mental
out.
health underground railroad or something like that?
uses a motorized
Why'd you use
scooter
that term?
to make her way through the airport.
Oh shit, they're locking you up. Get in
She is
here.
accompanied by
We'll
assistants
get you out of here.
and a bodyguard.
You feeling good?
She smiles and
texting and
nods
driving.
as
That's
she
not very
exits
safe.
the terminal.
It's like a little Tesla tunnel, but with the rascals.
This-
Rascal tunnel.
This is they're going to remake Prison Break, but it's Wendy Williams getting out of a mental health facility.
Just
She's
attach
able
it. This
to
is
get
act
up on her
normal.
own and
And instead
walk
of the
Still got giant tits.
instead of the wife at home that he wants to get back to, it's her father's birthday.
Yeah, that's good.
to her car. A judge allowed Wendy to fly to Florida from New
Whoa,
York for
upskirt
2
shot.
days.
Whoa, what a shot.
Britney
yeah,
Spears.
wow.
Celebrate her father's
See that fucking
94th
dude.
She is more like Britney Spears. She's in a conservative ship. She's got these
flashing puss.
birthday.
This is great. Can you put that on
and
YouTube?
The video was certain to add heat to the free Wendy
Oh, that picture added some heat.
movement that claims her freedom has been unjustly taken away. Enjoying the sweet taste of liberty, but only for 2 days, at least for now.
Troy, would you turn that
It
off,
was
please?
almost exactly 1 year ago that Williams' team announced she'd been diagnosed with progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. That's the
Aphasia.
same neurological disorder that
That's her
has
cousin.
sidelined Bruce Willis.
Oh, Bruce Willis has the same thing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
They should do a movie together, like a buddy cop.
Buddy comedy.
Bruce Willis and Wendy Williams.
There's riding around in rascal scooters, getting into all sorts of trouble.
They could do like a bucket list thing where most of it takes place in the hospital.
I don't know what's wrong with that thing. That's the third time I
It'll
shut
take
it
like 10
off.
seconds to turn off.
Anyway, Wendy Williams, everybody. We're going to get to our senior grill instructor. What were you saying, Matt?
I forget. I was just about to.
Looking up
You're about to go off. I said, let Matt cook over here before I interrupt him.
I can't remember.
Go on.
that dysplasia thing or whatever the fuck it's called, isn't it?
It's the same thing Bruce Willis had.
Oh.
Is that
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Did that jog your
Ready to
memory
move
at all?
on from that?
Anyway,
No, it doesn't.
we're going to get into our senior grill instructor this morning. Of course, everybody knows the senior grill instructor. The senior grill instructor is off on Tinder, and he's looking for a match. That's about the only setup we need anymore. I think people are kind of with it.
I think people are excited for it.
People love the senior grill instructor. Make sure to call into the Discord. Let me know if anybody calls in the Discord here because I haven't logged into it yet, so I'm not going to hear the notification.
Let us know if you have any senior grill instructor moments on Tinder. I'd love to hear people's crazy interactions on them things.
This week's senior grill instructor is with Shauna. That's just a couple minutes long. It's a bit short, but I think it was a good one this week. Why don't we take a little listen to this week's
senior grill instructor on Grindr. Grindr.
Oh, keep bringing that up. We got to stop teasing that.
I'm not doing it, but somebody else can.
Yeah,
oh, no.
You're bored.
Somebody.
You'll do it. It'll be fun.
Hey, how's the weekend? Finally here.
Hashtag TGIFSICFFG.
Thank God it's Friday. And then what?
Thank God it's Friday so I can finally fucking grill.
LOL, that is good. Are you a chef or something?
No, I just like to grill.
Interesting. I would grill more, but I work 2 jobs, so I never have the time.
Do you?
That's unfortunate. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a pharmacy tech, and I also work at the coffee shop a few days a week.
Nice, serving up some drugs at both jobs.
In a sense, yes. LOL. I like to say, it's a great combo, LOL.
Haha, I feel that. I was addicted to oxys for the last decade, but now all I do is pound monsters. Definitely not as good, though.
OMG, crying laughing emoji. I better take the bottle I have in the closet out then. Ha 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 ha.
As for the oxys, I wasn't addicted. I was just in 10 out of 10 pain all the time. Wink.
Blah ha 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 ha. That sounds horrible. Actually, laughing emoji, I too was in pain. They probably expired over 6 years ago at this point.
Don't ask how I know and don't tell, but if you air fry them, it reactivates them somehow.
No, they don't. Ha ha.
Try it out, wink.
Ha ha. Okay, can I ask you a serious question?
Sure, grill me.
Thoughts on women's rights, pro-choice? Thoughts on LGBT plus community? Do you view yourself as more right-leaning or left? Also, would you have a child? Also, good morning, smiley face.
I thought you said a serious question. I'm more of a MAGA guy myself. Make America grill again.
Bada bing.
Also, I think they've added more letters to it too, so please try to be more inclusive next time. No offense, none taken.
Is this the first one where she didn't mention about how she has 7 sick kids and a dying mom?
Well, she did mention that she has 2 kids, didn't she?
Did she?
Or she had something. I think 2 jobs.
2 jobs.
Anything about kids?
Yeah, we're just assuming she's on Tinder, so she has a bunch of baby daddies and kids.
But anyway, that was Shauna, the senior grill instructor.
I like how she rapid fired the 3 most stupid fucking questions ever.
I think you should open with something like that. If you're going to ruin some small talk with something so serious.
Dude, she hit with LGBT, left, right, kids, and then good morning.
So you could tell me,
It's
who'd
more
you
of a,
vote?
do you agree with me or not?
Yeah.
Or is this going to be a problem?
Tell me who you voted for the last 4 cycles. That's my opener.
I haven't got one right since 2004. So one I've ever gotten right was 2004.
Oh, I see. Guessing the winner.
Yeah.
And voting for him.
Yeah.
Well, that's
It was
interesting.
a tie last election. I didn't vote. Big spoiler. I'm not sure if you can admit that or not these days, but
Yeah, that's kind of greasy.
I voted for Tom Michelson.
They didn't get to me.
Tom Michelson.
I voted.
Everybody.
I'm a pure American.
Maybe we can get
He's
him.
running for Prime Minister of Canada now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I think that's a little outside of his bounds. You know, he's a U.S. veteran. That helps with the presidency. It doesn't help with.
Wait a minute. Prime ministers are elected.
Right. What did you think they were born into it?
I thought it was some sort of like.
I know what a prime minister does.
Yeah, obviously.
I think it's the same as a president.
Oh,
think so?
I think it's pretty similar. I think they just have veto power, and or something like that.
Trudeau and
Seems like they're
Biden
dressed in
sure-
blackface.
Yeah.
That's a requirement for Canada.
Trudeau and Biden were certainly on the same paddling the same boat.
Why don't we check in on what's going on in Chocolate Sundays briefly here? So Chocolate Sundays is a comedy channel that always has a 24/7 live feed of the Laugh Factory here. So we like to peek in here off the air and see what's going on Chocolate Sundays, but I thought we might bring it to the show here. We had talked about this many weeks ago about showing Troy this YouTube channel, but let's see what's going on with Chocolate Sundays.
And some.
It's always the same.
Y'all
He gets
niggas
no
don't
laughing
like whipped
emojis.
cream.
Nobody likes him.
That's
just
true.
kidding,
So
sir.
while you're watching this channel, there is a laughing emoji counter at the bottom, and the chat can increase that counter. And this person has 0 on the counter right now.
Is there a live? How many people are watching?
Oh yeah, let's see. How many people are watching? People probably watch this on their while they're working there. About 100 people. That's nice.
Yeah, that's
for a
good.
constantly 24/7 stream.
That's not bad.
A little comedy here. Oh, he's heckling the waitress. It looks like.
How many clips does that chick have in her hair?
I need answers.
I thought he was an amputee for a second.
That man wear
He had his
black.
knee on the stool.
Oh, diabetes.
Is they fucking or not?
I mean, if he fell, it'd be hilarious.
Somebody give me some answers in here. How chocolate is this Sunday?
He said it. He said the name of the show. It's Chocolate Sunday. They do these comedy showcases there at the Laugh Factory, and then they put it on the YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is a lot of black comedians, of course. It's the name of the channel, I think. I think that's the point of it. But there are also some white comedians on there. It's all of the white comedians, of course, are doing generally
like Big J Okerson status.
a little like that.
Crowd worky.
Well, they're doing a lot of. They're saying, I dated a black woman. They do all their black material, though. So it's an interesting. I guess that's the point of the showcase there.
I dated a black woman,
but it's
once.
an interesting thing. I like to peek in every once in a while.
It was when I wrote the great "Where's All the Great Black Sharks Go," and I told her that, and she goes, "Only you." So that kind of gave me precedence to do it. I was like, "Well, she liked it."
That's interesting. Would you like to do that joke right now for the audience?
Nah, it's too long.
Oh, go ahead. We got time.
Well, I told you a joke yesterday. Speaking of black and white, I told you a joke yesterday. I wanted to tell Troy a little joke. I was driving with him, and I said, "Hey, Troy, what's black and white and red all over?"
My ex-girlfriend.
I said, "A nun falling down the stairs." What's black and white and laughing hysterically? The priest who pushed her.
Ooh.
It's a classic street joke, everybody.
Side note, she was pregnant.
Who's crying? The little kid that she was trying to grab. She's trying to get away from him.
The little kid?
Get it?
Let it sit.
We'll let it simmer.
Let it simmer.
All right, everybody. So we have a couple other videos I wanted to get to, but first I wanted to talk about this. So we did an experiment recently that fell through. It was not successful, but we are always trying things in the background here. I wanted to do a show. I think we might pursue this, but instead I'll be pursuing the subject matter here. We wanted to do a show where somebody in the David Collins universe here works at a grocery store, and maybe we do some sort of reality show based on that. So an unspecified, maybe it was a Target, Walmart, Hy-Vee, it doesn't matter. We have a few different locations we're working on, but we had sent Troy Rigdon for a couple months, really, to work at an undisclosed grocery store, and we want to hear a little about that. We had to pull the project there, so Troy just quit last week. So
it's like undercover boss, kind of.
Yeah, a little investigative reporting.
Undercover third mic.
We didn't get any footage. We couldn't really structure how that was. We wanted to get the ball rolling in the first place. The first thing is to get somebody hired at one of these things, so we had that in, and then we didn't really pursue the project too much, but you're out of there now.
Yeah, dude, it was...
How was the interview? What was the interview like?
Dude, they texted me. Like, I thought it was a fake Indian scam or something like that. They're like, yeah, come in tomorrow. I'm like, is this real? Like, I had to call them, figure it out.
And you've quit, and you're still getting texts to return to work, right?
Yeah, so I think maybe it is
They're
a
big
scam.
on texting over there.
Yeah, no, it was not... It wasn't as funny as I thought it would be, so I kind of scrapped the project.
Well, this is good though. It's good for Troy to relate to the working man. That's his kind of the role that he fills on the show. He relates to.
My only advice from the whole interaction is knock before you walk in the walk-in cooler.
Can we talk a little about that? So there's an incident at a walk-in cooler one day.
Yeah.
This is when you came up to me. You said, "David, I think I'm in too deep."
It was like that 1,000-yard stare or whatever.
You had no idea what was I getting involved in.
He's
You
like,
knew
meet
this was
us
going
at
to
the
happen,
bar.
didn't you? He said to me.
We went to the bar to meet him up. He was just pounding beers.
Oh yeah.
It was like he saw a ghost.
I was shook, dude.
Troy's working at this grocery store. He's in the frozen section occasionally.
Yeah, fuck. The old boy said, "Hey, I'm going to be in the cooler, so make sure you knock before you come in."
As you do.
I didn't really think about it. Like, nobody knocks, right? Whatever.
He shoots you a wink when he said that?
No, he kind of said it coyly, though, but I wasn't really listening.
Said, "Make sure you knock, because I'll be knocking."
Yeah, he was knocking something, dude. He was trying to knock one
Knocking
off.
boots.
Fucking walked in, and then, dude, it was like deer in the headlights. I was like, oh, he was like, oh. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, but
he was helping himself.
He was helping himself to some produce.
I've never caught somebody mid-stroke.
Dude, it was...
Have you?
No.
I've been caught mid-stroke, but I've never caught it. You never been caught jerking it?
No.
Not in a walk-in cooler, but...
You grew up with brothers.
Yeah.
So that you might expect. You say, wow, how did I avoid that? They must be really good.
Yeah. They're all just little phantom jacks everywhere.
Dude. No,
You gotta build a little jack shack is what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta.
I see.
Yeah.
I got caught jerking off in a closet once.
That's why boys have their tree houses.
Yeah, exactly.
I was trying to be affable. She was sleeping. I didn't want to wake her up. But then she woke up.
They caught you and said, "Hey, get out of the closet."
Wait, you were in the closet?
Yeah. What was I supposed to do? Right next to her? It was a single mom. I couldn't go in the living room. Couldn't go in the bathroom.
So you went in the closet? You shut
Yeah,
the
I
door
thought it
behind
was
you?
the safest place.
Were you just gonna? What was your goal if she like woke up or whatever? You just, oh shit, this is the bathroom.
No, I thought if she woke up and I was like, all right, stay very still.
Were you Did you shut the closet door behind you?
I couldn't.
Were you facing out or were you facing the corner of the closet?
I was shamefully looking into the corner.
Yeah. Were you looking at her sleeping?
Yeah. I didn't even have a belt around my neck. It was
Blair
super
Witch
embarrassing.
Project in the corner of the closet.
Yeah, it was nuts. She's like, "What are you doing?"
Got
I was
his
like,
hair up
I was just trying to be affable.
So you have this incident in the walk-in cooler. You say, I caught this guy doing this in the walk-in cooler.
I don't know
But what do we do with that?
I don't know.
We have no footage of it. We have nothing. I say this is going to be great for the show. But then what do you do? And then it's just you can't use it against him.
Yeah, I don't even know how to make
What, are
it
you gonna
funny.
get him
It was
fired?
It was just life changing. Like
He doesn't have any power, so you
Could
can't
ruin
hold
his
it over
life.
his head.
I could, you know what? But I ain't no snitch.
Oh, we could out him right now. There's a grocery store around here where one of the guys is jerking off in the walk-in
Yeah,
cooler. and
wash
we're-
your produce.
It's
That's
really
all I
kind
gotta
of a
say.
problem that we're not outing him, that we're just letting this guy get away with it.
You know, when you put it like that, I suppose.
Yeah, be the hero.
You're an accomplice.
I'm not an
You're a
accomplice.
sexual deviant,
I'm
aren't
a
you?
victim of circumstance.
You're like a bad cop if you don't see the. You're like a good cop that doesn't stop a bad cop. You know that?
You know, well, you know what? That's very, very well put, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe
He's the Derek Chauvin of grocery stores.
yeah. You got to be the change.
He's like
you
one of
want
those
in society.
the rookie cops on scene.
Yeah,
that
you're
day.
like one of that Asian rookie cop. It was his first day. Now he's serving 3 years or something like that.
Is he?
Dude,
He got time. That
it was nuts.
crazy.
One of them got caught at not caught, but somebody got outed at Walmart or something like that in line. One of those cops, the other.
Oh, that's
not
kind
the-
of embarrassing.
The other cop, they're like, "Weren't you there or whatever?"
Well, he shouldn't have
Oh,
been shopping.
really?
He should just start shopping on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's time to you get a high profile case like that. Kyle Rittenhouse, he's going to Instacart the rest of his life.
You think so?
I hope.
Nah, he can totally shop at like HEB.
Maybe
Like
around.
a
In
grocery
Wisconsin,
store.
in
You see
Wisconsin
that,
he's probably a hero, I guess.
You see that school or the Trump shooter, his dad coming out like Costco or something like that?
No.
You ever see that video?
Uh-uh.
Should pull that up.
What is he?
He's like coming out of Costco and somebody comes up to him. That kid that shot Trump.
Yeah.
His dad was coming out of Costco and it was like some. I don't know if they think it
buying
was a
silverware.
sister or something like that. But it was like somebody was with him that was all masked up and stuff, and they're not sure if it was a sister or something.
Wearing a poo shiesty.
YouTube it.
I don't know what you're describing. What are you getting at? I mean, we could pull it. We could pull it up, certainly. But what do
Talking
you?
about a high profile thing.
I know,
Talk
but what do
public
you?
and stuff like that.
You just tell the occasion while
Isn't
I
this
pull it
a
up.
news show? You don't remember the news?
You're not explaining what happened. What about the shooter? What happened? He
They
walks
caught
out
him
of the
jerking
Walmart.
off in a walk-in.
Oh, you're talking about like a high profile thing or whatever, and his dad got somebody recognized his dad coming out of the grocery store with or something.
Yeah. my
What, a
dad
gun?
thinks
Did he
he's
come out of the
disappointed.
grocery store with a gun?
No, groceries.
No way.
Yeah, it's wild.
With something. You made it sound suspicious.
Yeah, right there.
He's buying a bunch of cucumbers.
Oh, well, this was 6 months ago. It makes sense. They say out of a grocery. The title of
The
this:
father of the
Trump
man-
shooter's dad seen for the first time since shooting. It's the next day. He needed groceries.
Who tried to
Yeah, you got a
assassinate
bunch of news
former
to watch.
President Donald Trump was seen out
Remember
in
they said he
public
didn't have
for
any
the first
silverware in
time.
those?
Cameras capturing
He
massive
said, "I'll show you
chopsticks.
I'll show you, Dad. I'll make
Chinese
you
spy.
famous." And then I don't know.
crooks.
That's how they
leaving
do
a
this, right?
grocery
Because they're angry at their parents.
Dude, where would we be at now if Trump didn't turn his head?
Oh my God.
It's kind of crazy. Just think about that timeline we'd be in.
I don't like to
store
think
in
about that
Bethel Park,
timeline.
Pennsylvania.
I think the guy missed and he turned into it. I think the guy missed his shot and Trump just happened to accidentally move his head into it. Nobody's saying that. The guy couldn't.
Nobody's saying that because that's retarded.
Well, the guy couldn't shoot. He was also on a
If
sloped
Trump wouldn't
roof.
have turned, he would have
He was
hit
on
him.
a sloped roof. It was so sloped they didn't even put a Secret Service up there because they knew even Secret Service would have missed a shot from up there. Those sloped roofs.
I remember who broke this news to me too. It was David Collins broke this news to me.
That's true. I'm always
funny
quick
in
to the scene.
the summer. I took a nap during the day and I woke up to like the world changing. It was
Oh, my
David
God.
Collins texted me. Oh my God.
I think I broke
Trump
the
got
news to
shot.
David Collins. I broke the news to Todd. I broke the news to a lot of people.
I said, "Did you hear?"
I was on a bender and I
Get
was
it?
like, watching.
Have you seen this? Have you heard this?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. This guy is Father of the Year here, going to one.
He made the brief remarks walking to his car with
That's his dad.
I thought he'd be thinner.
I see the
groceries. His first appearance in public since the attack.
Yeah, his
son,
arms kind of look like that gun.
20-year-old
They're thick.
Thomas Matthew Crooks was killed by a sniper Secret Service bullet after opening fire at that Trump rally.
So what about this?
We're talking about a high profile case and then somebody getting seen or whatever. Brought.
I guess. I
like
think we had a
the
broader.
most recent thing.
I think we had a broader thing that we were talking about there. We were talking about grocery stores, which I guess it came up. Anyway, good morning, everybody. That was our grocery store segment. I'm confused. I like to if Matt suggests something, I like to just fully commit to it and make him follow through with it all the way.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
We have baseball bats here. He kept saying to Robert Wallace, "Man, I want these baseball bats," and finally I said, "I'll get them myself." And so now we have 2 baseball bats in the studio.
He's just worried about people running up in here because you've been saying the N-word so much.
No, that's the word he's talking about.
There we go.
He hates negativity.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't want me using that word either. Anyway,
Zach Hoyle saying his great grandma walked in and his brother
jerking off.
Really?
Happened, yeah.
Dude,
can you imagine? It's like your great
What generation is she from? Is she from one of those generations that helps?
Yeah.
It's like an old Chinese
one of them
woman.
videos?
That's what I've always heard about some other cultures that the older women like this. This is actually a great segue because this is a thing. You know, it was a thing in last week we had Robert Wallace in the show and he talks about losing his virginity.
It's like the Reddit thing too. Just to note that.
Oh, this defaulted out.
Remember the soccer Reddit story?
No.
The kid broke both his wrists while we were playing soccer. Then his mom had to jerk him off or something.
What?
It's on Reddit.
Wow.
It's like a famous Reddit story.
Oh my.
That sounds made up.
I think they
I
took
don't
that
believe
video
this
off
is made up.
Pornhub.
So this is Robert Wallace here talking about losing his virginity. Story of a lover.
Family show.
How did you
Family show.
Virginity, Robert.
I was in the. I got this condom at an arcade. It was like $1 in the machine back in the day, and freaking it was called Stray Cats Arcade. My mom's like, I don't ever want you hanging out there. Anyways, so I go over with
Stray Cats.
Stray Cats, yeah. Arcade.
Interesting.
Where's
Yeah.
that at?
Shout out to the homeless cats.
Yeah. It's like by where 21st or not 21st, but the Road Ranger is on Central.
Oh, you're keeping it
it's
local.
Down from a little bit from.
So you get a condom from an arcade.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm over at this.
I can't
house
tell who's
with,
talking sometimes.
Yeah, I know. That's like
it's Jeff Stobble. He's my best friend. He's in prison right
Here
now
we go.
for life. So, but he ended
A
up
lot of side. Here's the story.
He killed
It's like
somebody.
Inception up
But
there.
him and his 2 brothers were like, they just really pushed me up the steps. Go get her. And I went up there and freaking. She had titties like out to here, and I was like
nice.
12, 13, I was surprised I even, so
12, 13, a lot like that Little Wayne story.
So I put it, I put her all on in. If you're asking me, I put her all on in,
We asked.
and I just lay there. I don't know what to do. Next thing you know, my ass cheeks start clenching up and shit. And, whew.
Wow.
She's like, there we go, little guy.
that was nice.
Because she was a little bit old.
That's creepy.
So he was, he had that incident, but this is a classic story there of just like Zach Hoyle, his brother,
Yeah.
who his grandma gave him a hand?
No,
This is a
she
classic
walked
story
in
of
on
an
him.
older lady that kind of engages that Zach Coyle's brother, Robert Wallace, and Lil Wayne.
Oh my God.
P. Diddy party.
Cause I'm
You remember this?
fucking at 11.
There's Lil Wayne talking about losing his virginity at 11.
I had Nate at 15, nigga. I had my daughter when I was 15, nigga.
I should have censored this out.
It ain't cause you a male. It ain't cause you 15. You supposed to, cause you're young money.
What?
You're supposed to. Fuck that shit, man.
Troy's a big Lil Wayne fan, aren't you?
I got raped when I was 11, Twist.
Here's the rape.
Lil Troy.
I loved it.
Lil Troy want to be a baller. Pastor Troy, fucking great movie. Nicolas Cage.
I'ma do you like
Pastor
baby,
Troy
then
and
do
Face
me.
Off, or is it Face Off?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll never forget that day.
I'd like to hear Nicolas
They was
Cage.
all in the kitchen. I was
Virginia
scared.
story.
It's cool. There was about this many niggas and shit too in that bit. I never forget the word. Suck Lil Wayne, let dick.
That's how I got the nickname.
I love the spooky music that they put in the background too. I'm not sure if you could really hear that tones, but
I
they,
hate everything about that clip.
On the couch.
Let's just a little more here.
That nigga was like talking. Girl with your good dick. Girl, you know you suck with your good dick. Suck on that boy. That bitch suck all nick.
Not sure what this has to do with morning radio.
Suck Lil Wayne, let dick.
I wouldn't even know. Some of these times he just says half a word. I wouldn't even know if I choose to censor that or how. Censoring this would be a nightmare.
I'd censor the whole thing.
Sitting there like, sure, yeah.
And just that sentence stays, and then it goes back to the bleep.
I ain't never had this happen. In front of G. Oh my God, that was the best ever, boy. I walked out that bitch. I felt like I killed 5 niggas, ran through 3 banks. Boy.
Well, I don't know. Those aren't good things. That doesn't make you feel good.
Great clip.
It's great. What a different time, huh?
I'm really glad you picked it.
Well, that was just, I thought it reminded me a lot of the Robert Wallace story. I thought they were pretty similar. Good morning, everybody. It's, what is it? 8:25 a.m. Eastern. The sun's up. It looks like a beautiful winter day here. It's been snowy. Everybody survived the snow. How about this cold this weekend? I hope everybody around the country is doing okay
Who
this
left
morning.
the freezer door open, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's been weeks. You'd think the engine would die at this point. What do refrigerators have?
Just getting
Condenser.
Condenser. Yeah, it's a strong condenser, huh? Mother Earth.
Mother Earth is a cold bitch.
So to greet the uplifting sunrise, of course, we like to do an uplifting video, often brought to us by Pirate Stew. And today's not going to be any different there. We have some jokes by Pirate Stew that I'm really looking forward to. I thought, when I first read this, I thought it was the worst part of stolen jokes. And I was thinking, oh, he's on to us. Because we're just playing Pirate Stew every week. But we have a fun joke by Pirate Stew.
Shout out.
Any of these stand out to you? This was a good one, actually. This was
The worst part about passwords is
we'll have to get to that one in a little tease. So here's our first Pirate Stew uplifting joke today.
So I'm currently reading a book about a couple of insects that fell in love in an Italian city. It's a romance novel.
dude, this dude's on fire.
He's back,
Fire
everybody.
ants?
Well, we talked about last week. He was getting a little too political. He was doing these long stories. He's back, everybody. It's been 6 days of 20-second jokes. Stolen passwords, huh?
Yeah.
How about those stolen passwords? This is relatable. This is like Jerry Seinfeld level observational comedy, I think. Pirate Stew's beautiful joke of the day. Let it full screen here. It's not really working.
Did you pull a plug, Matt?
We got most
So
of
do you know what the worst
tabs cleared up finally, though. What's the worst part?
So do you know what the worst thing about stolen passwords is?
What is it?
Having to rename your dog.
That's not bad.
That's a great joke.
That's actually pretty good.
About time.
He's back, everybody. Pirate Stew's beautiful joke of the day. Actually, let's
put him on Chocolate Sunday.
Let's let him know. Let's say you're back. You 'RE back.
Robert Kirchner gets it.
Or commenting.
I don't worry about identity theft.
So yeah, this joke, this stolen passwords joke about renaming your dog does have a comment on here. Before we comment, I'm going to comment "You're back!" ! But Robert Kirchner 7981 says, "I don't worry about identity theft. Nobody in their right mind would want to be me."
Walk him out of my shoes.
He's got a great audience. I bet between him and his audience, they have millions of jokes.
Yeah, how much laughter do they bring to the workplace? I bet.
Right.
Comes in with a new Pirate Stew joke every day. It's like, holy shit! Right around the water cooler.
I would love to work with Pirates too.
Coming up to the water cooler. You guys know what the worst part about losing your password is?
That's a good one. I like that.
Are you gonna say that again? Are you gonna retell that of the bar later?
I don't go to the bar
at least like 10 times.
We went to the bar last night, Troy. We stopped on the.
Yeah.
I had to give you a ride, and we said let's stop for one. We were there for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I
Oh,
lost.
where'd you guys stop?
The other side.
Oh, nice.
I lost on the slot machine, but then I went home and won $50 on Minnesota UCLA.
Very nice.
It was nice, dude.
It's a weird Big Ten game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Minnesota USC.
I'm a Midwest fan, you know, and I threw money on it, and they were down like 27-40, and I was like, oh fuck! But then they came back and won it in the final seconds.
Oh, nice.
It was sick.
So, would you grow up an Illinois fan or Iowa fan?
I grew up a Wisconsin fan. Actually, I grew up an Illinois fan. They suck so bad. So
yeah,
my dad
Illinois
was
in the
Illinois.
90s. So early thousands. Yeah,
they had a run there for a
the
while.
mid thousands basketball was
Yeah.
sweet. Like D John or D.
And then with Juice Williams for the football, he was pretty studly.
For football?
Yeah, Juice, he was a quarterback.
Oh yeah, like 07, 08 years. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
And then I'm a Badger fan.
Welcome to my channel.
My dad was an Illinois fan. My mom was a Wisconsin fan, so kind of swapped.
Oh yeah.
The Badgers beat the shit out of Illinois last night.
Did they?
Like 94 to like 63.
You know, we were gonna skip our card break segment today. We didn't. We had just some other things we were gonna move, and we didn't have anything for the card break segment there.
Is that you singing?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nobody really knows this. Matt Ferry has a single out here. This is
handsome fella.
Not a lot of people know. You have to find his SoundCloud. I'm not going to tell you his name, but everybody can do their own
SoundCloud
research there.
rapper?
Yeah.
Look
Is
for
that
his
a thing
SoundCloud
anymore?
out there. You have a great voice.
Oh, thank you.
You wouldn't even believe it. It's crazy when people sing. You're like, what's her face? Anyway, but you brought in some cards, didn't you?
Who, me?
You brought in some cards for our card break segment. Is that correct?
Me?
Right.
No.
Oh. I thought that was your plan.
No.
Well, I really led into it there.
No, those are yours.
I wanted to let you get to those.
I was looking at
We didn't
these
want to
earlier.
skip it entirely.
Oh, no,
for
I was
your
talking
sake.
to you about Kurt Warner yesterday.
Okay, but those weren't cards you brought in.
No.
You can break them if you want.
Really?
He didn't
Practice.
I don't think
So,
I can rip these.
Funny thing, Kurt Warner was working at a grocery store. He was doing some investigative reporting, and they found him at a grocery store jerking off in the walk-in.
He's up in Waterloo.
Anyway, this is the part of the show where
Yeah, dude, why don't you do a
where I
Kurt Warner
take a quick
story?
break and listen to some music,
thought
and these
about
two guys talk, and then we pull up our
Let's
next
start working at
segment
a
here.
grocery store, hook up with a single mom with kid with special needs and stuff like that.
I was trying. She wasn't
Yeah.
having it.
No.
I caught her kid
You'd be
working.
the best comedian ever then.
Yeah.
Win a Super Bowl comedy.
Super Bowl comedy.
So we've been following
Ends
this.
with you doing a minute on Kill Tony.
Yeah. Yeah. Kill Tony.
Have you been keeping up on this at all? When we've been covering this Jacob and Dad YouTube channel. Are you keeping up on this at all, Troy?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So recently they've been doing, I'll go over the whole story here. It's Jacob and Dad. It used to be a father and son YouTube channel. It's very, very much more recently just become Dad. There's not a lot of Jacob on this channel anymore.
Is that the Boom guy?
And he's been doing a lot of, he wishes, but he's been doing a lot of videos like how to get 10,000 subscribers in 7 days, which we watched and he's renamed 6 times since that video. But it's something along those lines. He just talks about living in Minnesota. He doesn't really give us a lot of advice.
Everything is free at Walmart for 1 minute.
Everything's free at Walmart for 1 minute. He does a lot of these clickbaity titles and things, but he is working on teaching people things.
If you can run a 4.40, everything's free at Walmart.
There's how to get.
Yeah, what was the Chase policy like for your store?
I
Did they
don't.
ever-
No, the funny thing is when I was doing training, they had virtual reality
Oh, can
training.
we talk about all of that? I wanted to talk about your, the shooter.
Dude, active shooter
shooter
drills.
training.
And I'm like, what? And it was crazy too, because you're in the VR headset and some dude just runs in and starts shooting. And all my video game training just turned into like, where's the gun? Where do I, like, how do I, and it's like, run away, hide in a closet.
Right.
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Then you're in a closet with this chick, and it was so funny because she's like, what do we do? I'm like, well, if we're going to die, I know what I want to do.
Fear boner hard, dude.
Fear boner. It was nuts. Like, grab something to stab him with. I'm like, what?
Well, you
Some
just
hard right here.
Yeah. So drive safe, drive hard.
Was it like run, fight, hide, or run, hide, fight?
Yeah, it was
Hide, fight,
something
run.
like that. Yeah. No, yeah. Something weird.
Run,
I wasn't
hide,
really
fight,
paying
yeah.
attention.
Did you have words that popped up on the screen that you had to select, or did
Yeah.
you just turn around and run?
No, it was like, what do you want to do? And it's like, well, the option that I want isn't here.
What do you want to do?
I wanted to fucking take him down, dude. Be a hero.
Right.
That's what everybody dreams of, I think.
I mean, there's people that run into a fire, and there's people that run away from a fire, and I'm not one that runs away.
You hide under one of the conveyor belts and wait until he walks by. And
I'd have been stoked if he shot me.
It's like that fight at Back Pocket. The entire time I was working, I was just waiting for something to happen. And all of a sudden, boom, it happened. You're like, hell yeah, dude.
Did you have to use any of that training in your short stint there?
I about ran into the fire when I caught that dude in the walk-in.
These grocery stores are infamous for shootings these days.
Hey, I have a joke about that. Most dangerous place in town? Grocery store.
Really?
Yeah, think about it. Everybody goes to the grocery store.
Well, we don't have a Waffle House.
Yeah, I guess.
Classic.
David.
Boy. Yes.
Lister. David.
What's going on in the live chat there?
David. Lister Fiend. VV. Lister Fiend says, David, love you. Love the show. How do you get your mustache to look so fresh?
Oh.
Nose hair trimmers.
Would you guys vamp? I can answer that question.
Just for men. He just for men's his mustache.
Excuse me. You guys vamp? I don't know.
What's vamp mean?
Talk about the weather.
I vamp out.
What's vamp mean?
You know what vamp means?
Well, it's when I shut all the lights off and hang out
It's a
in my
music term.
apartment quietly.
It's like jamming, but it's just the vamp is just there's a bass line that keeps the song going, but everything's kind of steady while something else is happening.
Do you ever watch those speed run videos?
Oh, dude. Those are the lamest things ever. Like, get a hobby.
I was playing The Sims recently,
Found a
and
fun
somebody
speed
wrote
run video.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
What?
He was blindfolded and stuff.
Yeah, it seems kind of fake to me.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah,
you
you can easily
blindfold-
fake those, I think.
Yeah, I think we did a theory the other
Troy's
night.
going to start streaming on Twitch recently. Talk about something. People don't care about video games unless you're
Well,
talking
just find
about
the
doing it
video.
yourself.
Just find the video.
I'm pulling something else up right now. I'm asking you to maintain.
Yeah, I'm thinking about starting to stream.
We are vamping.
I'm
I
starting
know.
to stream. I'm going to do Hell Let Loose.
Nobody
It's
gets
really
your
fun. I like
inside
to play as the
jokes, too.
Nazis,
You know, you're speaking to an audience. You're trying to do inside jokes.
Well, we're trying to
over
vamp
here.
over
We're
it.
not
Quit
doing
talking
inside,
over us.
inside jokes. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
No inside jokes.
Inside baseball. We got the bats. I figured we'd play a little baseball.
What are we gonna start? What game are you gonna start streaming?
But a couple different ones. But Hell Let Loose seems fun. It's really realistic. And
You can play Shane Gillis's clan
dude,
ever.
dude, me and my buddy were talking. It's like, imagine running into Shane Gillis as you're falling through the trenches.
Yeah.
You'd hear him be like, "Whoa, gay." Like, Shane?
About to get stabbed or something.
Yeah. Shane stabs me, and he's like, "Fag."
Do you have any last words you'd use if something was going to go down?
I'd say, "Where'd you get the grilled
Especially,
cheese, Danny?"
Someone goes in the grocery store with a gun or whatever. You look up, you see a camera. It's like, all right, now's my time. You're gonna say something cool, like take it sleazy.
Bush did 9/11.
Any last words? Take it sleazy.
Take
and I'm out.
When we were in Janesville, Troy, you slept through this.
Yeah, thanks for
You didn't
reminding
make it to Janesville here, but we have the clip. Matt's not in it either. He's behind the camera, of course. But when we went to Janesville and went to that Luis J. Gomez show to confront him on that competition never being fulfilled and try to get a quick interview with him and talk to him about the event and everything, Luis J. Gomez asked me that same question about the mustache. So I thought we could, instead of answering it twice, just play that.
I love it. Give me a lighter. I got you. What's going on,
What's
man?
going on? Luis J. Gomez here. That's the guy that gets the lighter for him. He's the lighter guy.
And that guy also joined No Coast Comedy.
Oh, is he really? He's a fan. We've
So that's
turned him.
that's a
He
good,
did not like us back then. We might have changed his opinion.
Well, that's a good example of always bringing your best to people. 'Cause
Right.
You never know who somebody's going to be.
True that.
So just don't be a dickhead to people.
Dude, Lewis took
So
over.
I can't wait till we meet again, to be honest.
Lewis took over the booking for his new show, the Lewis and Zach show, which is awesome because he's had people like, well, Ari was on there. He had Alex Stein on there, primetime Alex Stein. Dude, they're killing it with the guests lately. Jeff Dye was on it. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
I recently watched Primetime Alex Stein's episode on Baggage, that game show.
Dude,
who's Alex
You
Alex Stein's a
cocksuckers.
pimp
Know
on
what
a
you asked me to
blister.
record before I fucking kick
He's
the
the
camera
coolest.
over.
He's the man.
He's pretty nerdy and lame. I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't-
not even,
I
dude.
wouldn't
He's always talking
entertain.
about big booty Latinas.
I wouldn't send any. I don't advocate anybody. You know, go enjoy whatever you want to enjoy, but
He goes
don't
to-
fool people into thinking that they're going to enjoy that.
What you do? I'm telling you what. Primetime Alex Stein.
I have
great
a better
podcast.
I have a better prankster coming up next here. He's Asian.
For the show.
I know it would be. What's going on?
Oh, and also Carl Hamburger sent me an email and wanted
Oh,
me to
this
ask
is
you.
different.
Lewis is not Asian. He's Puerto
they-
Rican.
On camera, we raped it. These guys got a
you
fucking
not tell the
beautiful
difference?
Here we
mustache
go.
about us on the
Well, here's the
podcast,
segment.
and I refuse to not be talked shit about.
Anyway.
These guys got a fucking beautiful mustache, bro.
Oh, that's so nice of you to
I
say.
wish I could make my mustache as crisp as this fucking guy's mustache.
You know, and it's always the guys that tell me nice
What do you
mustache,
do?
too.
What do you do?
I'm a broadcaster.
No, honestly, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what do you do for your mustache? Because this.
Oh,
Just
it's
for
all
men.
I'm
genetics.
trying to go for this. That's literally what I'm trying to go for. It's fine. You're good. That's what I'm trying to go for. Is that mustache?
Oh, well, it's all genetics, and
So you gotta
I
be
don't even
white.
use a comb. I
Right,
just
if it's
trim it
okay
with
to record
a
'em.
pair of travel scissors.
And that's it.
It takes like 30 minutes or whatever, but you know.
So there's the answer: genetics and a pair of travel scissors.
Should come with a black guy mustache sometime, just real
Oh,
fine.
like Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Oh,
just a real
no.
fine mustache.
You mean a
someday.
fine mustache?
He
I
needs a
see. No,
Hitler stash.
Steve Harvey has the caterpillar.
How
Yeah,
much?
not the caterpillar, just a fine,
How much would
a thin, fine mustache.
How much would they have to pay you to do a Hitler stash?
I do it every time I shave. What do you mean? Doesn't everybody?
I would love to see you in a Hitler stash.
I think everybody, when they shave,
Playing Hell Let Loose with a Hitler stash.
when a guy shaves his mustache, you have two options. You either go half off, and then you look at yourself in the mirror with half a not mustache
Start
and
with the
half a
handlebar,
mustache.
though. Start with the handlebar.
Well, sometimes you can do that any day, though, not when you're shaving.
Yeah.
They're saying you're going to shave it off. You do one of two things. You go the half mustache or you go the Hitler. I think that's everybody.
Big fan?
I think it's a good look.
I think it's a great look.
I do. I can't really pull it off unless I have shorter hair.
I think about 6 million people that say it wouldn't be.
I don't. They probably enjoyed Charlie Chaplin before the atrocities. Everybody enjoyed the look. Speaking of pranksters, what prankster were we talking about? You were saying, oh yeah, Alex Stein. I have a better prankster.
Then Alex Stein, Pip on a Blimp.
This is somebody that we watched in a live stream that Matt and I did a couple months ago. I caught up on some pranksters that I liked. That was that Ian8K. He does a great prank where he walks into a bakery that has a help wanted sign, and he says, "Oh, I heard you're looking for a full-time baker." And he comes and they grab him an application. When they hand him the application, he lights a joint and says, "This is my resume."
I can't wait till Trump makes pranksters illegal.
What?
Jail locks them all up.
There's no way.
Well, let's see.
Trump's the
I hope he
ultimate
does.
prankster. What do you mean?
I hope he does. Yeah, he gets rid of all the other pranksters.
He goes, I'm the only prankster in this country.
So this is a video where he
He's
goes
office prankster.
Main office prankster. Dude.
he revisits the locations that he's pranked before, and the people always recognize him because he was so infamous. So this is a little bit from Hugo Boss, everybody. This is one of the pranksters that I keep up with.
I hear Biden pranked Trump. Left a poopy diaper in the Oval Office drawer.
Oh, that'd be a good prank.
I mean, yeah, it was a pretty good prank, actually.
Who was it?
What do you mean, who was it?
Whose was it?
It was his.
Oh.
Biden pooped himself.
Oh, somebody else must have left. He couldn't have pulled
Trump
that
leave
off.
like a jizz towel in 2020 then? Little rag.
No, but I heard
back.
Trump's been pointing out to everyone where Monica Lewinsky and fucking Clinton had sex. Every time they're doing tours, he's like, that's where it was.
That's kind of funny.
Main office prankster.
Interesting.
Main house prankster.
Main house
He's
prankster.
a fan of history, that Trump.
He certainly is.
He probably knows everything. And with Playboy history, too, I think.
I don't know.
He's a bit of a deviant, but he's not really too sexual of a guy. He's an interesting guy, that Trump.
Interesting.
Move along, we're playing games.
I just got here. What's
I
going
know
on?
you did. We're playing in the middle of games. You need to move along. videoing again? Just get out of here.
Three little birds.
Just get out of here.
He goes and annoys people. He's not very clever.
Get out of here. Come on. Get out
But
of here.
what he lacks in cleverness, he makes up for in Constitution.
Get out.
I just got here.
No, you're.
Somebody just beats these
Bro, I
guys.
can get
Yeah,
off
these are
the
not.
bus.
That's what I've been watching on Instagram lately too. Is
Get
pranksters getting beat up? Like them idiots that'll go to the hood and be like, "You want to get poked?"
Oh, yeah.
And then they get beat up. He's like, "It's a prank! It's a prank!" I'm
I
like,
know you should just get the shit beat out of you.
I'm like, I don't think you're gonna stop this dude from whooping on you by saying it's a prank.
The worst too is like,
Either get
oh,
off
and then they
or
get,
get
you know,
out.
somebody touches them,
I'm
somebody
really
or
confused.
punches them,
I
hits them,
just
wherever,
got
lays their
here.
hand on them.
Get off
Oh, I'm
the
gonna go
phone.
immediately
10
to the cops and
seconds.
sue
Yeah.
them. It's like, okay.
It's
I
like
don't
that
know if this
idiot-
guy has any
okay.
bearing. I think the cops know him locally and don't agree with him. That's the impression I get from this Hugo guy. I think
You gotta uphold the law, though.
I think everybody's his enemy.
Isn't this crazy?
Yeah, this isn't even a prank.
It's just so annoying.
Yeah.
You guys
Like it's not funny.
And what always surprises me too, he clearly never showers. Like, you're going to be on video today. You know what you're doing. Like, take a shower, get looking good, and then go do your pranks.
Greasy.
This is what the Jewish guy that we had on the show recently is doing.
Casey Jacks?
Speaking of getting beat up, you know, that's another thing. You watch these pranksters and you hope that somebody hits them a little bit. You want things to escalate a little bit. And that doesn't really happen with this, but you
Like
can
a
see
good
it.
prank doesn't result in physical violence. Like a good prank is like, oh,
This guy,
you got me.
This big guy does pour water on his head the first time he ran into him. So he kind of gets him back, you know.
He's giving him a shower.
And the prankster can't fight back because this guy's literally twice his size.
I know you remember me. Hey, but for real, bro, I just have one question for you. I know you were like celebrating Chinese New Year and shit. I'm about to do the same. I'm trying to ask you something. What year is this year? Oh shit, you already know. Damn.
Great prank.
I'm not a snake, bro.
He finds good characters, though. He's got a good eye for who he pranks.
No. Here's the thing.
Although he doesn't have a lot of material, he spots talent in the audience.
I do. Like today, I'm gonna tell my audience. I believe you're a good
Can't believe
guy.
you're giving this
Like,
guy
you
a
don't seem
platform.
Well, Hugo Boss, I've been following him for a couple of years now. In fact, he's a strange, and he has built up. I think I started following him about 1K subscribers. Now he's building it up to 10K. He doesn't get a lot of engagement, but oh, he does. Oh my gosh, this one got a lot of engagement. It's really picked up recently. So he's getting a strange audience, but we're keeping an eye on Hugo Boss there.
How tall is Hugo Boss then?
I keep an eye. Ian 8K is another one of these people. How tall is he? He's probably
Yeah, if that guy's 6'7" at least.
5'8" or something like that. It looks. I would imagine.
I like the guys.
He's
Like
Asian.
6'7".
He's Asian.
I like the guys who prank pedophiles and then beat them up.
Right.
That's a good prank.
I think you want to keep an eye on a lot of these people though, because
Yeah, would you ever
eventually
see one of those at the grocery store?
there's going to be a news story.
Yeah. There's definitely a few of them at the grocery store.
How many of those meetups did you?
Oh
did you
no!
not stop?
But I would always go up to the other employees. And be
Predator
like,
raids.
Hey, can you help me out in the aisle for a second? And then you'd walk up and be like, "Hey, my buddy thinks you're cute. Can he get your number?" I'd pull that one a lot. Or I'd
Get
take
beat up.
Yeah, no. Or I'd take stickers and I'd write like "I eat dog poop" and stick it on the back of people. That was a fun one.
I think you want to follow these people because eventually one of them, I got a good list of these people. Eventually one of them is going to commit some atrocity and have a news story, and I'm going to have all this footage in my hard drive of their old videos.
You should see the footage of David's
It's
hard
an
drive.
investment. Matt collects cards, sports cards, and I collect weirdos on the internet.
Your little sports cards.
They're my little they're my little
sports cards.
investment.
My little sporty
Eventually
cards.
something good will come out of it. I hope. Anyway, that was Hugo Boss. I'd send people there. The only reason I pulled that up is because you mentioned Alex Stein. I'd much prefer people watch Hugo Boss rather than some guy wearing a blazer.
See, now I feel like you're just being a David.
He's a nerd.
Alex Stein is hilarious.
What do we live? 2025. Who would have guessed that this was the year of the nerd? That's what
Year
I
of the
think.
snake, yeah.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Well said.
Is that what the
We have a Chinese calendar here to verify. It's above Craig here. Good morning, Craig, by the way.
What's he still doing here anyway?
He's Craig. He's part of the show. What do you have a problem with him?
Yeah.
I'm defending him.
I know.
A lot of people say pretty nasty things about it. I say he's all right.
Yeah. I mean, at least he doesn't
He's a nice
talk.
guy. If I called him right now, he'd answer. He'd say good morning. He'd say good morning. He's very
Prove it.
polite.
Prove it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. What time is it? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's 8:45 a.m. Eastern. And I hope everybody's having a great morning there. We're going to give Craig a call this morning and say good morning.
He doesn't answer like you said he is. I'm going to release the N-word tape you have.
He'll answer.
We're going to release that video of you beating that chick up in the elevator.
Oh, yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, you were blackout drunk. It was after that one, that mic.
Oh, mushrooms will get the best of me in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
You mix those things.
There's that Fent, dude. He was off the Fent.
All right, we're calling Craig here. Oh, I can put it on a speaker here. Give him a call this morning. This is a fun segment where we call Craig. If it was an hour earlier, he would have answered. I think he gets busy. He's probably driving his kids to work.
Why isn't he listening to Drive Time David Collins? He's on the show.
Oh, right. That's true. Craig, if you're listening, don't call me back.
Oh, no.
All right, well.
Mr. Never Wrong was right again.
That worked. It's like when I tried calling Tom Garland that one time. He blocked my number. Tom Garland. So I wanted to finish off with this Jacob and Dad channel that I've been having a good time following here. Last time we looked at him, he was trying to give us 1,000 subscribers in a month. Now it's 10K subscribers in 7 days. And he's making a lot of his video with that title, how to get 10K subscribers in
Almost
7 days.
seems like clickbait.
So I don't even know which one to choose anymore. Right, but it's worth it when you click it, though. That's the strange part. Generally, I say, so girls don't want flowers for Valentine's Day. Why don't we look at this? I like how he's turning into an advice channel now with no backing, but I do like it. How to Happy Valentine's Day. Girls don't want flowers for Valentine's Day. How I do Valentine.
Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna go shopping over here.
Do you know this guy?
It's called Cup Foods. Grocery
Oh, you'll love him.
shop. Just gonna do some
A lot of
shopping.
grocery store
I'll
shit
show you
today.
some things. Valentine is coming up.
That's the theme.
You can see they're selling Valentine cakes here.
So he goes through the grocery store. This is not the type of thing. So he does do a lot of these. He has a full video I talked about last week at the dollar store where he just goes through and says, this is too expensive for what you're getting. This is too expensive for what you're getting. It's all $1.25. He goes through the grocery stores and looks at prices. This is his new style of content.
Grocery stores would be wild for a dude from Africa.
It's a little experimental.
What is all this food?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. He probably grew up in like the 60s in Africa or wherever.
He grew up in Kenya.
Yeah.
So grocery
Yeah, they have
stores would be
grocery stores
amazing, I
right now.
guess.
Is
Like
this
open air markets?
Water fountains.
You want to get the videos where he's talking to the camera, and then he always incorporates his cinematography too. Oh, here we go. Good.
Getting a lot of views if you are very popular like Mr. Beast and the rest.
Here we go. We'll just skip to about a minute in here, but this is how to get 10K subscribers in 7 days.
Did you see him at the All-Star game?
No.
Being a fucking weirdo.
Dude, the All-Star game was
the worst.
Yeah, I just saw like reviews about it and shit. It's like, yeah, of course. Like there's no basketball being played. It's all a bunch of fucking music artists and like the comedian. Like Kevin Hart was there, and they were just like dressing up as fishermen at one point in the
What's
middle
the
of the
All-Star game?
Like the NBA All-Star game.
What is it?
They take all the best.
Is that where they do
players.
the obstacle course?
No, that's
Yeah,
the NFL
skills
skills
there's a
challenge.
skills challenge,
They
too.
changed it because but yeah, it's just not what it's supposed
Scotty
to be.
Barnes skill challenge. You should YouTube that.
Yeah.
Are you guys on something today?
What are you talking about?
You're the most ADHD 2 people next to me today.
Yeah, I've claimed ADHD for a long time. It's terrible.
I ask a question. They say, "Look this." I say, "Let me ask a question." What do you? What's the All-Star game?
I was
The NBA All-Star game.
Yeah,
I know.
They take the
Go
best
on.
players in the league and the East versus the West. They're supposed to play like this crazy awesome game, but now like even the big superstars won't play because they don't want to get hurt. And then so now it's just like a fucking. They're basically Taylor Swifting the All-Star game. Like they're just turning it into like how do we get more viewers instead of like basketball.
I see.
It's asinine. Bunch
That
of
was
fucking-
that's what confused me because you're mentioning there was comedians and celebrities
Yeah, no,
involved.
comedians and
Do they
celebrities
perform?
and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's no basketball being played. It's just all fucking 30-second fucking clip of basketball and then they're like, "Hey, let's fucking talk about." I don't even know what they're talking about. I didn't even watch it because it was so dumb.
I see.
It's funny watching Dame Lillard, Big Dog, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, that was actually good.
Mr. Beast thinks he's this big guy or whatever, which he is or whatever, but then all of a
Is
sudden
he
he's
tall?
an actual real life person.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah, he's actually really tall.
Is that why he named his YouTube channel that back then? He was a big guy.
What? Mr. What?
Mr. Beast.
No, it's a satanic thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Illuminati?
Mark of the Beast. And he's trying to like indoctrinate all the kids and get them to all fucking be viewed like.
It's interesting. He's like a white Beyonce.
He's trying to take all their attention and shit away from like advancing as humans and stuff and just be like, you can be a YouTuber. I'm going to give away millions and millions of dollars and like, well, you know what I'm saying?
I could see him turning bad in a couple years.
Oh, dude, he's already.
Yeah.
And like this whole Squid Games thing that he's doing.
Kind of weird.
This
He
guy-
had that one Chris guy, too.
Yeah, and then Chris was trans. Like they sacrificed that guy, Chris Tyson.
Well, didn't he
I think
like
he's still
do some
alive.
weird stuff?
Well, I heard that too.
And then he trans, which is
The way of
pretty,
getting out of.
Yeah, the weird stuff that always
Yeah.
comes back to you. Like I think it is now for him.
Yeah, it is. It's actually blowing up in his stupid face.
We got Mr. Beast in the All-Star game because of this.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know. It's good talking about Mr. Beast because this guy took a lot of advice from Mr. Beast, too, and now he's trying to share it with us.
She has 623,000 subscribers. Contrast
six
that
again.
with how many views the previous video had. For now, you see the evidence. 623 subscribers.
He's making a
and
point
over
saying
1.5
that
million
your subscriber
views.
count doesn't necessarily mean how many views your video is going to get.
If you are very popular, like Mr. Beast and the rest. Sometimes you're gonna find that
Views
they're
and
getting
subscribers are
millions of
totally
views
different.
on a video, but
That's his
still,
point.
that
You can
doesn't
buy Illuminati,
get
though.
as many views as
That's
the
what he's saying.
subscribers they have. Let me show you an
This
example.
guy looks like the
You see
dad from
Mr.
Friday.
Beast has
Better put some damn water
360
on it.
million subscribers.
Why every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen?
Oh, I told you he wouldn't let me down, everybody.
You said he would answer, not call
I
back.
said he would answer, but I said if I'd call him and he'd answer, and I'd say, good morning, and he'd say,
Hi, David Collins.
good morning was what I said. So I guess I was wrong on
0 for
2
2.
accounts there. Good morning, Craig. We wanted to call you on the show and say good morning because they asked me to. They missed you. Everybody misses you, Craig.
Everyone needs to have a good morning. That's what I always say.
Right. Well, that's perfect.
Don't tell me what to do, Craig.
Do you have anything to add to the show today? We're watching a video learning how to get 10,000 subscribers in 7 days right now.
Oh, interesting. Let me know how that works out. And huge fan of Drive Time, David Collins. Everyone join the Discord.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, Craig. I'll call you after the show.
Can't wait.
Bye-bye. All right. That was my best friend, Craig. That's why he's here. See? He stays.
What do we, chop liver?
That's what you get to eat, you know? Well, if you died or were...
You'd be sad?
If you were accused of really crazy crimes like Craig was, I'd put a picture of you next to me.
What was he accused
In
of?
solidarity. The worst. The worst thing you could be accused of.
Shut up.
You wouldn't believe.
Holy cow.
Look at Mr.
Tax
Beast.
evasion?
And now,
Mr. Beast and Craig actually have something in common, I think.
Oh.
Now we're gonna look at the videos, some of his videos. How many views do those videos get? I'm not gonna
Mr.
look at
Beast is
many
just too
videos.
clean,
You
like,
can see here there's
doesn't
81 million views. He has 300.
So this is his thesis anyway. Move
you really
past his
don't have to
thesis.
worry too much after you get to 1,000 subscribers. Just worry about your video quality, and if YouTube algorithm aligns with what you're trying to do, your videos will be pushed and be watched by more people. Let's go and look at another.
What, you know, this guy has a lot of confidence in the YouTube algorithm, even though none of his videos break a couple thousand views. And that's like a really popular one for him, which is good. You know, it's good for him, but most of his videos are cracking 80 views or something. And he's saying, all of his advice is just saying, keep posting, the YouTube will push your content. It's not pushing your content, Dad.
Example.
This is Vanessa Lau. You see, she has 90,000 views on this video. How many subscribers does she have? Vanessa has a lot of subscribers. She has 915,000. This video here was watched by 90,000 people. So you can see most of her subscribers, 10 times less, didn't watch the video. Don't get discouraged when you have so many subscribers and only a fraction of
I won't get discouraged. When I have 1 million subscribers, I'll remember this and say, don't get discouraged that nobody's watching.
of those subscribers watch your videos, and maybe some of those are not even her subscribers.
Now, let's talk about something else. Just because you have thousands of subscribers doesn't mean that your videos will be watched by thousands of subscribers. You just saw Vanessa, over 900,000.
Anyway, so this is what he's been working on now. He's an advice channel.
Riveting.
I think so. I'm watching every one of his, taking notes and everything. What do you think about Jacob and Dad? We could watch his child skateboarding if you're more into that.
Nah, I'm not into watching kids.
Anyway, I know. Well, that's why I've been keeping up with this dad here. I like it when he teases that it's going to be all about subscribers and just talks about his life in St. Paul, though. I miss some of that. Dad, if you're watching. Anyway.
He's not too far away. Maybe at some point we could collab.
No, he's not. In fact, I think I'm going to be in that region in July.
You should call him.
A little tease there. Oh, yeah, and a little tease. I think maybe I'll do that. I'll pick up that grocery store. We're thinking about that. Pick up the grocery store show and try to do something. Or maybe bring something like here to the show. Maybe we could hidden cam or something. I'm not sure. But that's a potential project since it kind of flopped on your end.
Yeah.
You got a couple good stories out of it, though.
Yeah, I suppose.
Jib, see any
Thank you
fights?
for your service to David Collins universe.
Do it all for the fucking show, dog.
The cops ever arrive at the store?
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah, some idiot stole like $1,500 worth of electronics and then came back this next day wearing the same jacket and tried to do it again.
Caught on pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the idiots there fucking caught on.
What'd he steal?
I don't even know. Bunch of electronic stuff.
Hmm.
Bunch of electronic music. Copyright infringement.
That's how they got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went in there and pirated the music, huh?
Yeah. Pirate student.
Do you get anybody?
Call Dylan.
Call Dylan. I could call Dylan, but he's always sad when he answers.
Call Blind Mike.
He's always relieved when he always, you know, and I get this with a lot of people. I'll say this right now. I'm not after people. I call people and they think I'm like on a mission to do something to them. They're always very suspicious of me. I say, I hope you're having a great day. Good morning or whatever. I text people. I say, I'm thinking of you. I hope you have a great day. Everybody thinks, what is this guy after? Just being... Dylan. Dylan's very
call
nice.
Dylan. Merch Mouse saying call Dylan.
Cynical
now,
world,
All right,
dude.
if we're just calling people here, we'll give a
Dude,
Dylan
that's
a
what we
call
should
here.
do, a show where we just call out instead of call ins. We should do call outs. Just call a bunch of people, like prank some Pizza Huts or something.
How do I even find his number here?
I saw one where he said,
There it is.
what was it?
All right, everybody, we're going to call Dylan from somewhere. What's his area code? A bunch of question marks?
It's the old Simpsons joke. Springfield what?
Right. I bet he's a fan of The Simpsons. We can ask him that.
I love The Simpsons. Futurama's been killing it for me lately.
I should start fading that music a little bit. Everybody can hear this, okay?
Futurama?
Yeah.
The dog episode's so sad.
Dude, I know, right? I remember that from like young and like thinking it was just so moving for a cartoon.
It is. It's so sad to me.
You know, Dylan did text me and say that he would be calling in this week.
Yeah.
Hello, David.
Good morning, Dylan. Well, we're in Iowa. I don't have to tell you. Maybe we're recording, maybe we're not. Who knows?
It is a mystery.
Well, good morning, Dylan.
Scooby-Doo.
Welcome to Drive Time, David Collins. We were getting pretty close to wrapping up the show here, to be honest. But a couple of people in the chat said call Dylan, and then somebody else said call Dylan. I said, all right, well, we'll call Dylan. We just got done calling Craig. In fact, we're calling a few people this morning. It's a live call-out show.
David Collins call-outs.
Doing the opposite, calling out instead of calling in.
We're innovators over here. So how are you this morning, Dylan? I hope that you're doing well. Is it snowy where you're at? There's some snow on the ground outside where we are. Are you driving to work this morning? How are you?
Yeah, 20 questions.
Yeah, a little snowy, a bit cold, and that does not help me. I'm a bit busy today. I had to postpone my show for later today, so I already had some stuff going on before this cold front decided to smack us.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. What's the subject matter of your show today? Troy and Matt are here also. They say hello.
Hello, Troy and Matt. No show today. I had to just do one this week. I have the 2K puppet, not to be confused with Tukey puppet on tomorrow.
I see. There's puppets. There's a lot of puppets that hang out with some of these people that I speak with.
The Rudy's movie?
Right. Did you watch Rudy's yet?
I have not watched Rudy's yet.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
I stumbled onto a terrible film on Fossum, and I'm hoping that Rudy's will be an improvement.
Perfect. So I'm sure it will be. And was there another Don Zilla production project? Or he's the creator of that. And anyway, I think I'm thinking of Rudy's, actually. Yeah. I'm just stuck on that. That's perfect. Well, Dylan, people wanted to give you a call this morning, so we did that. Do you have anything you want to share with our audience? Boy, what a beautiful day, huh? I'm looking forward to Wednesday. I have a lot of things planned today. Plus, we're recording that episode with Kelly. I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, you are just so on top of things. I am an afternoon person, and I am struggling to get back to being somewhat of a morning person.
Wonderful. Well, it's tough. You know, he lived in L.A. for a period of time. They don't get up till 10 a.m. over there. And by that time, it's noon in the Central Time. I don't know how they survive. Anyway, that's perfect.
Make it work out in Los Angeles. Somehow it doesn't look like it should be a place that works. Somehow it works.
Right. Well, on that, Dylan, thanks so much for taking my call. I hope you have a great Wednesday morning.
Thank you, David.
Perfect. Well,
See you, Dylan.
He says, have a good day, everybody. Well, is there anybody else you want me to call? Maybe my mother.
Oh, my God. I would love for you to call the #1 fan.
I'm joshing, everybody.
She's always got a gripe with me.
Do you like my sneaky calling people music?
It's very sneaky, sis.
This is to get us into the reality show, because we're wrapping up my favorite episode of the reality show right now, the 3rd episode. Closely followed by the 4th episode of the reality show, which I very much enjoy. But we are getting towards the end. I'm going to have to get a new episode out pretty soon, just to keep playing this segment on Drive Time David Collins.
Is that your sneaky way of getting yourself to do it?
Maybe. We'll see. You know, we're working on this grocery store thing first.
I think you should scrap it.
Yeah, I know. We're going to give it one more shot, though. I think I'll go there for 8 get if we can work out get any ideas, go through the motions, and see what we pull off. Yeah. You know, we've already invested so much time with you in there. I might as well give it a shot.
Skylar Coltrane, I think he's deep.
He does Walmart, I believe.
Yeah. See if he can get some.
We can talk to him. We're going to have Skylar Coltrane back on Drive Time David Collins pretty soon there, too.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Wow, he shows up. You don't come to the open mics.
I mean, I miss him.
Troy Rigdon, everybody. Do you have anything you want to say to our audience? Thanks so much for coming in, by the way. We've missed you. A lot of the people miss you. You seem a little tired today. I know you're going through it. Everybody pray for Troy Rigdon.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers for my...
That's a segment we're going to do today. Thoughts and prayers. Maybe I'll add you.
Yeah, add me. Add me on Instagram.
THOTS.
Yeah,
thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, send some thoughts.
There you go.
Perfect.
Star Chunks is now asking, let Dylan sleep. Why would you call him?
Oh, well, we don't let people sleep here. You know, I called Troy yesterday. I said, hey, you should ride with me, and we're going to work on a little show prep and put together some of the show tomorrow, and also think about the 30-minute half-hour show that we're going to be doing later this week. And I called Troy to bring him along, and he answered the phone. He said, I'm sleeping. I said, well, get out of bed.
I was sleeping on the couch, so it didn't make sense.
And that's what I say. I say, well, get out of bed. The world is here. Welcome to the world, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday. It's February 19th. It's going to be a great day.
How's David Collins nap? Do you let nap on your back?
I don't nap.
Arms crossed, napping on your back.
That's how I sleep. I sleep on my back.
Upside
I breathe
down.
through my nose. I try to put my arms often end up here. I like to sleep with my hands raised, like I'm saying, don't shoot.
Yeah.
Can't breathe.
Didn't we have a great? Oh yeah, no, it was a meme though. Never mind. You can't share a meme. It doesn't. The jokes don't deliver. I had a funny meme of a cat wearing a medal, and it was a George Floyd joke. But anyway, I promise it wasn't tasteless.
What's the joke?
Oh, well, it's a meme. Maybe I'll make the meme later and put it on the Patreon, which we don't do anything with. But
subscribe to the Patreon. We don't do anything on it.
If there's 200 videos, it's probably worth $5 to scan through 200 videos, some extra content and things. There's some good things on there, but we appreciate it.
Kenny Hotz is.
It's on a bit of a delay right now, is all.
Kenny Hotz's Patreon is really worth it.
Kenny Hosta.
Kenny Hotz.
Okay.
HOTZ Hotz.
Shout out Kenny Hotz.
Kenny versus Spenny. Great show. Check it out on YouTube.
Perfect. Oh, we have 10 minutes left of the reality show here. So we're going to get 5 minutes in and then 5 minutes left of episode 3. And I see a notification here. We're going to look at that. That's Ray DeVito just went live, apparently.
Whoa. Shout out Ray DeVito.
I don't even have those notifications on. Somebody gifted me a membership. So now I'm getting it's very annoying, actually. Anyway.
That's a sweet prank.
It is a good prank. Give people memberships to channels they don't want to watch. They'll start getting notifications. That is a great idea.
That's cool.
Leaving us with a prank. Thanks so much, Troy. We do appreciate it. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Matt?
Happy Wednesday. Drive safe. Drive hard.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you, Rob.
Yeah. Heading south to the Quad Cities, you will find a whole new community made up of the same things you will find an hour and a half north. But you will also find a lot of comedians from all generations, as well as all types of backgrounds. The Quad Cities is the home to many fun and different types of comedy venues. The Renwick Mansion. Now owned by Dane and Sarah Moulton, the Renwick Mansion is a haunted mansion that was once owned by the city's mayor. They hold an open mic hosted by Chris Schlichting, and they get in a lot of great comedic talent.
Now, I bet you get this a lot and all the time, but can you make one of those a print of his balls, please?
The first time I met Delicious, I was like, hello! And he's like, hello, I'm Delicious. And I'm like, I'm Chris. Like, this is boring that my name was Chris.
You guys heard that voice too, right? Okay, good. I thought maybe I caught Brian's multiple personality disorder.
All right, your next comic that I'm going to bring to the stage, please make sure it's for David Collins!
Not a lot of people know this about me. I'm a big fan of game shows. Big fan of Jeopardy, too, if you can't tell by my material. I do like this show, Jeopardy. One thing that gets me about this show are the contestants. I don't like these contestants, especially the champion. These guys, they spend their entire life, they read every book, they're always in school. Then they get to a fun fact, and they somehow have a more exciting life than Hunter Biden. Boy, what a beautiful day. I've never been to a building like this. I thought this was a private show. I didn't know what I was walking into, but what a beautiful place to be. Thanks so much, everybody. My name's David Collins.
David Collins! Hey guys, I like to go camping too. I like to sit around ghosts and tell campfires, which means I like to go camping and do shrooms. Okay.
The Village Theater, a small community venue where you don't see much audience, but always a close group of comedians.
This open mic night, anybody can go on. Anybody can go on. We got lots. 8 billion comedians taking their shots at Veronica tonight, or doing regular material. Roasts are required. Just feel free to roast Veronica or the rest of us if you so dare. If that is your prerogative, and that is your prerogative.
I'm not sure if it's common around the country, but around here, roasts are a great way to celebrate anniversaries, going away events, and birthdays.
Keep going for that stinky cockfuck. I'm serious, you guys. Clap for JT. He doesn't have a lot of time left. Keep it going for the beautiful Veronica, everybody. Keep it going. Yeah. If you listen to her set, you'll find out quickly she used to be a stripper. And if you stare at her long enough, you'll find out quickly why she isn't anymore.
Guys, something a pride flag outside. We're already in a theater. Isn't that redundant? You know, between Delicious and Austin Ingalls, we have one full toothpick. Julian Totten, yeah, I always get it mixed up with Julian Lennon, and I think that's because I've never met either of their dads.
Comedy competitions are a good way to bring aspiring comedians out of the woodworks. Many comedians that enter these contests are able to bring their friends.
Have a great Wednesday, folks.
And I'm not just saying that because I lost to someone with more friends than me.